Hey everybody, how are you all? I hope you're all well. But I thought I'd do a little bit of a poetry stream. I did try and do this earlier, but yeah, I thought I'd try again now and see who is online and who wants to join me for a little bit of a poetry and a panel. I can't sleep. It's nearly midnight here for me in the UK, so yeah, I thought I'd just come and chill out and come see all the Aspie fam that are part of my channel over the last little while, if you've been here since the beginning. And yeah, I just thought I'd come on and do a bit of poetry and show off my Captain Jerk hoodie. Look at this bad boy. Whoop, whoop. Look at this. That way. That way. Look at that. Yay. So yeah, I just thought I'd come on and see how everybody is and see how, if people want to join me for a bit of poetry in a panel and a chat and see what they're up to. Welcome to the one person who's here. I appreciate you. Come on into the chat. Got my poetry folder over here ready to go with some poetry in. So yeah, let's go. I hope everyone's doing good right now. It's great to see everybody. Yeah. So yeah, share this out, guys, if you can. If you would like to, I would really appreciate it. But welcome. Oh, okay. We've lost the one viewer. Okay, I don't know who that was, but yeah, guys, I've got the poetry here. If you want to come and join me, it's all in this big folder here. Look at this. Look at the inside here. Look, like that's all the poetry that I've written over the last 3 years. Look at that. I'll zoom up to the actual computer camera. Look at that. This is all the poems I've written. Look at all that paperwork. All the poems that I've filed in this big ass folder, which is a sustainable folder. It's reusable cardboard. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. We've got one person still with me, so whoop. I hope everything is going well for that one person. But yeah, share this out if you can. I'm going to be reading some classic poetry and just hopefully having a chat with you. Awesome guys. Welcome to the 2 people in my chat. I appreciate you. Come on in. Come and say hello. Make yourselves known in the chat. I would appreciate it. It'd be good to chat to some faces in the chat. If you want to share this out and let me know who you are, it'd be great. Oh, it keeps bouncing from one person to 2 people. I don't know who that is, but yeah, guys, I have got some poetry ready to read you in here. I don't know how many of you are active online right now. We're back up to 2 people again. Whoop. Hello to the 2 people in here. Like I said, I have got some poetry to read you in this big poem folder here that I've got here. And I've also got my new Star Wars book to show you later on in the stream as well. If you're a Star Wars fan, I do have some Star Wars books behind me to show you as well. So yeah, maybe we can mix it up, do a bit of poetry, a chat, and then some Star Wars talk. So yeah, welcome to the 3 people. Welcome. I appreciate all 3 of you who decided to take some time out and hang with me for a while. I'm thinking about doing a panel. If you guys are feeling up to it, let me know. Hey, WrestleMania, my YouTube uncle. How you doing? Good to see you. How you doing? How's Aunt Luann and Elias doing? I hope they're doing well. I hope you are preparing well for Christmas. It's good to see you. I know literally not this weekend, but next weekend it'll be Christmas Day. So, yeah, I appreciate you coming in, WrestleMania, after your busy day, busy evening, whatnot. I guess that you've got a lot going on, so I appreciate you. If I don't see you before, have a fantastic Christmas. I'm sure you will. I'm sure there'll be a lot more going on for you, so we're down to 2 people. Whoop. Okay. Awesome to see you, the 2 people in my chat. I hope you're doing well. Like I said, I am trying to do a poetry show. I did try and do this an hour ago. Hey Moz, how you doing? It's good to see you, Moz. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Like I said, I am going to do some quick little poetry readings from my little folder. Look at all these poems I've written, Moz, in the last 2.5, 3 years. Look at all this. Every single poem in here I've written myself. And yeah, it took me a long while to get back into writing again. I've kind of decided to get back into it and make it more of a focus on my channel because I like to share my creativity and how my mind works, and it's just a way of how I like to show my emotions in a safe but constructed way. And thank you, Colin's Trivia. Mars, I'm looking into it, my friend. I am looking into publishing them, but the trouble is I don't know how to do it, and it's going to cost me quite a lot of money to do it. Much love, Colin. How you doing, Colin's Trivia? Good to see you, my buddy. How are you, Moz? Awesome, awesome, awesome. I hope you're doing well on your channel, Moz, and I hope the karaoke is going well for you as well. Hey, Blaine. Hey, Billy. How you doing? Good to see you. Please share this out, guys, if you wouldn't mind. I hope everyone is going well in the gym but listening. Hey, Anna. Good to see you. I appreciate your super chat, Colin. Thank you so much for the lovely super chat. I appreciate you. I honestly do. 6 people in the chat right now. I'm good, thank you, Colin. Let's get into some poetry. I nearly said something else then. Oh God. Yeah, I'm 17 away from. Wow, Mars, that's awesome. Mars, I think you're more than here. If you're not, let me check. Give me a second. I think so. Let me check on my own stream. Would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Really. Hold on, let me stream. Oh, pause that. Yes, you are. Yeah. Okay. Let me have that on the side there so I can. Oh, phone's getting stuck. Moz, drop your link in the chat. Yeah, you are a mod, Moz. Drop your link if you want to promote yourself, Moz, because obviously you are only 17 away from your next goal. So, guys, if you don't know Moz, you really should. Fantastic guy. Knows a lot about YouTube. He's very creative. He builds models and he teaches you how to do them, and he shows you how to do different things with regards to building models and how to scale them. And if you're interested in like military models and stuff like that, he does a lot of model making and model building and stuff like that. So, hey, simple man, whoop whoop. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I hope all is well. Hey, Joseph Grohl. Woo! How you doing, Joseph? Good to see you. It's awesome to see you. You're welcome, Moz. Do you want to drop your link in the chat, Moz? You know you can. You're a mod in here, so I don't mind if you want to promote yourself. And hey, Teresa. Hey, good to see you. How you doing? But yeah, I thought I'd just do a bit of a chat and a panel and some poetry that I've written. I've got a few new poems that I did recently that I've been writing, should I say, not posted. That I haven't posted them yet, but I am planning to post them here on the channel under my poetry playlist that I've been doing for the last couple of years. Yeah. Well, thank you, Anna, for subbing to Moz. I appreciate that. He's a good guy. He does a lot of model building and stuff. So, yeah, he's 17 away from 10,000. That's impressive. Like, wow. So, Moz, you just gained yourself a sub. Anna, what you need to do is you need to go onto his channel, leave Moz a genuine, organic, authentic comment, and then Moz will return the support within 48 hours, because then YouTube won't see it as a fake connection. Once you leave him a comment, he'll know how to connect back with you. And yeah, I know, Moz, and you deserve it. You've been working your ass off, Moz. Like, you've been putting along a lot of hours, and a lot of drink because my throat's starting to hurt. You put a lot of work, same as what I have, Moz. So hey, Blood Dragoon, how you doing, my friend? I just got my high energy new cherry Lucasade drink out the fridge, and it's absolutely ice cold. So yeah, I'm drinking this at the same time as reading. So oops, I drink down on the floor before I knock it over and spill it. Thank you, Moz. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm just me. Like, my channel is not for everybody, Moz. As you know, my channel is very formal. I present it in a certain way. Yeah. So thank you, Teresa, for subbing to Moz. I do appreciate it. Hey, Blood Dragoon, how are you? So I'm going to read the last few poems that I've done here on the channel. I've just noticed that my wire is coming plugged on the laptop. Oh, God. There we go. Hopefully you guys aren't seeing me with the wire coming out. Thanks, Shangy Girl, for sharing my video out. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, right, let's read some new poems, shall we, guys? That's what you're here for. You're not here to hear me chatter on. You're here to see some friggin' poems. Hey, Ariel. Good to see you. Good to see you, Shangy Girl. If I know someone with autism, I always recommend it. Oh, Moz, thank you. That's really cool of you to do, Moz. Yeah, I'm gonna read you some of my fairly new ones, not the latest ones. But yeah, I'm gonna read you the kind of other ones that I've been working on. So give me a second, guys, so I can just put these back in order the way they were. Yeah, so it's called Sharing the Wealth. I know, Moz. I appreciate that, my friend. I do, honestly. I honestly do appreciate your support and friendship, Moz. It means a lot to me. So, yeah, I'm literally trying to show the support. Hey, Ron. How you doing, Ron? It's good to see you. I'm going to literally grab that one. And then I'm also going to grab a few other ones that are in here. So, that one. What else am I going to grab? Let's see. And then I'm going to grab that one. There we go. Right. Shut that for now. That way. Alright. Here we go, guys. I've got a few to keep us going anyway. I found Running Because of You from Michael Fire's channel. Oh, that's awesome, Moz. I'm glad that you found me through Michael Fire's channel and Money, because Michael is known to be someone I've known for a long time, and a lot of people find him a bit provocative and whatnot, but yeah. So let's get into it. I need to stop waffling. Tell me in the chats and then I can get focused. So this poem is called We Are Warriors, and it's based off a song by the artist Avril Lavigne, who is Canadian, as Toyman will probably recognise. Hey, Digital Fanboy, how you doing? And this is her song based on her song called We Are Warriors, which is about being strong and not letting things determine you and label you and restrict you and everything else. So Toyman will know exactly who I'm talking about. Avril Lavigne is a national Canadian. She's from Canada. She was born there, and now she lives in the USA. But I think she goes home occasionally. So it reads like this. It says, "We are warriors marching forward in this society who tries to make us conform. Conform, we know we're going to win our battle. The battle with the shield and sword, knowing we are ready. Ready, we are not afraid. We won't break down. We are warriors who are fighting forward. Forward, we are strong and will conquer. Conquer, we are going to shine. Shine and move forward as we're not afraid. Warriors, we are soldiers. We will survive. Each day I survive like a warrior who cannot be stopped. I am a person with a warrior spirit, standing strong, strong with our battle cry, song of how determined we are. We have faced much judgment, but we are back to rule. Rule and to not let people make us bow down. Bow down, making us feel worthless. Now is the time to be that strong warrior in the day and in the night. Even though it may be hard, the victory is in sight. Even though it may be dark, we will survive because you can't stop us from achieving. We fight every day because it makes us who we are. Remember, you are a warrior, even though you may not see it inside yourself. We are winning over the war with the limitations that have been put against us. Remember, you cannot be broken. We are united and conquer. I am a warrior who is ready, and I cannot be stopped. You won't break me. I'm stronger than ever." So, yeah, if one of my mods can get rid of that Grace Roberts person, if not, I'll do it myself. But I'm on my phone, so be a good idea. Oops, let me get rid of that person there. Hide user, bye bye. And Shangy Girl, I'm going to give you a wrench because I know you full well. So, yeah, welcome to my stream, everybody. I hope you're doing well. So let's get into the next poem because I have a habit of waffling. So, yeah. Next one is called Autism and Females. And it says, why does everybody say you don't have autism? Autism only affects boys. You're a female who can't be autistic. Autistic, you can't tell from the outside that I have it. It is an invisible disability. Disability that is not obvious to the human eye. The eyes that stare at me and judge me. Judge me because I'm different from the everyday normal. Normal being able to communicate the way it's expected of me to be. B because I'm expected to be social and to be friendly. Friendly like I'm not struggling when inside is a battle. Battling the everyday thoughts that control me and consume my everyday senses. Senses that overwhelm me and shut me down because I'm made to feel worthless. Autism is my life. I live it every day. Every day there is no escape or a switch to switch it off. Autism is a different way of seeing the world, looking in from a different perspective. Perspective I see it as wonderful and amazing. You see me as a tragedy, a burden, a mistake. Mistake needing to be fixed and to be cured. Autism and females do exist and will always exist in this society. Society needs to stop judging and trying to cure us. Let us be who we're made to be. We are autistic and deserve to have our voices heard. I will always be autistic and I'll never change it for the world. Autism and females, we deserve to be included, just like you are in this world too. Hey, Sorsha! How you doing, my friend? Big hug, Sorsha. How you doing, my friend? Oops, I missed some people leaving, obviously. Hey, Colour Drop. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Who else? Hey, Brandon. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. I hope everybody is well. Let me just go down to the bottom of the chat. So, yeah, that's another poem that I've written. I've been writing a lot fairly recently, so let me just alter my position so you can actually see me a bit better. So, yeah, thank you, Colour Drop. I'm glad that you like my poetry. I enjoy writing it for you guys, so hopefully you guys will listen to it, and you can always go back and watch it on the replay too. This one's called Autism in the Brain. It says, autism in the brain. My autism makes my brain work differently. Differently, but yet you see me as slow or defective. Defective I'm not. I'm actually processing a lot faster than you. You think I'm rude or awkward, but actually I'm processing too much sensory input. Input my brain jumps from one thing to another very quick. Very quick it takes me too much mental processing. Processing all that I hear, see, smell, touch, and taste. Senses that overwhelm me and I'm unable to separate. My brain is overloaded every day. Everyday activities such as the news and the environment around me that doesn't accept me. My brain is isolated as I simply don't fit in. Fit in my brain feels pressure to conform to society. Society, I try to process how my brain will react and have strategies. Strategies so that my brain and body doesn't have to be on overload. So, autism in the brain. I am faster than the neurotypical brain, working faster every second. Every second where you have to catch up just to understand me. Yet society sees me as slow. Well, what's wrong with you? Why won't you answer me? My brain works on a faster speed that doesn't slow down. It's too much input. This is how my brain works. I hope you understand now and stop judging why that I'm different. Every brain is different and that should be okay. So, yeah. Brandon Jackson, let me hold up your comment because I can't see it. You're totally true about that. Autism doesn't mean it can be only one gender. It can be boys and girls. You can be born with it or you can be diagnosed with it. You can also be born muted or different. Exactly, Brandon. So, really like that poem. My granddaughter and grandson has autism. Yeah, awesome. Exactly. Hey, Kenneth. How you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. This one's called What Does Autism Mean? Blaine says, I love your poetry. Your poetries are so inspiring. Thank you, Blaine. I appreciate that. This one's called What Does Autism Mean? What does autism mean? Autism means I see the world differently, looking in from the outside. Outside knowing that I'll never fit into this world. This world that sees me as a problem, a burden or a tragedy that needs to be wiped out and forgotten. Forgotten every day I have to battle just to exist. To exist and have my voice heard in a society that judges. Judges out of fear in society's judgments. What does autism mean to me? It means I'm gifted with a different ability of gifts and how I communicate with many people. People who need to understand. Understand autism is not easy or mild. Mild to you because that's how you experience me. Me, every day I face challenges I have to overcome. Overcome with different noises, smells, touch, and crowds. Crowds can overstimulate me, but now I can cope better because I have coping strategies to succeed. Succeed and function in a world that doesn't accept me. What does autism mean to me? It means having to challenge the stereotype that's been put against me. Me educating and advocating to make things better. Better for other autistic people, making the road smoother. What does autism mean to me? It means being accepted for who I am without feeling ashamed or having to hide. Let me be who I was created to be. This is what autism means. So, yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. It really does mean a lot to me. Nice of you guys supporting me. So, yeah, if you could share this out, guys, it would mean the world to me if you could share this stream out. And I'm going to pick some more poems. Just give me a second because I'm down to one. Because I've read them all, so give me a second. I'm just going to pick some other ones as well. And these are more newer ones, which I want to save for another day. Save them for another day. I can do that one because they're not as new ones. So that one. I can do that one. Hey Roughneck, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I appreciate you coming in and showing support. Really does mean a lot to me. Let me just put that one back in here. So I'm just making sure that I've got all the poems that I want to use in this stream. Let me get that one. Hello, Jason Collier, Dr. Smith, Roughneck, how you doing? It's good to see you. I'm just going through my folder to pick some more different themed ones. Yeah, give me a second, guys. I'm just trying to let me just pick some ones that I think that you'll like. Right, that one. Right, okay, that'll do. Right, okay, guys, I'm coming back. Right, so I can put these ones back as well. Right. I'll just put all these back in here as well, so I know that all these need to go back in here before I misplace them. Right. There we go. So all the newer ones for another day are in here. Right. Here we go, guys. I'm back. Right. Thank you. Listen to you ask what my video descriptions by removing social media. Oh, yes. Hey, Dwayne. Hey, Dr. Smith. How you doing? So this next one is going to be one that I wrote a little while ago, and this is called The Dark Phoenix, and this is based off the X-Men movies, and it's kind of based off the Jean Grey character, who I see a lot of myself in, and I just thought that I would read some poetry. So this one's called The Dark Phoenix. I hope you enjoy it. I am the Dark Phoenix who battles every day. Everyday thoughts inside my head. Hey, Prepper 101, how you doing? Head thoughts of self-destruction. Destruction of thoughts trying to control me. Control me and I feel like I'm losing control. Losing control trying to make my brain stop. Stop and slow down, but it goes round and round like a CD player. A CD player that is scratchy and drives me insane. Insane trying to walk away before I hit overload. Overload then becomes panic, and panic consumes me. Consumes me, it starts with emotions hitting me in big waves, and I'm not able to explain how I feel and what's happening to me. Hey, Lewis Fuller, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I am the Dark Phoenix who rises into battle that needs to be faced and overcome. Overcome, we gain new friendships and being part of a team who are X-Men, my friends and my family. Friends and family who try to help me when I'm unable to process of how to take control of where I am and what to do. To do in the moment, I want to stop I want to stop down and fly away. Fly away like the phoenix, but no, I stand strong and fly back. I am the dark phoenix, the phoenix who rises up from the darkest of the depths and the troubles that sometimes isolate me and shut me away. Shut me away until the phoenix is born to stand and be brave. Brave, but sometimes I want everything to stop. Stop because I'm not sure of the impact. Hey, Minx Laura. How you doing, sis? Good to see you. Hey, El Spicy. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. I know, Moose Gal. How you doing, Moose Gal? Good to see you. I'm literally reading some poetry because I can't sleep. So, yeah, I thought I'd just sit here and, pretty much chill and do a bit of poetry. So, yeah, sit back, grab a drink, like I have right here. I have my energy boost. Whoop, whoop. So, oh, that's nice. Skills! Brother, do you want a link? I can put a link up if you want, Gil, if you want to hop up with me and chat. This one's called Walking on Water. And it says, walking on water, I'm putting one foot in front of the other. Other people's thoughts about me, even when I fail. Fail, I know every step is protected by you, the Father. Father, I'm stepping out into this world where I put one foot in front of the other. I know you're here to help me to walk on water. Water, you divide my enemies away from me. Me, every day I step out into this world that seems impossible. Impossible, but always possible, it will never let me fall. Stepping out, knowing your word comes through everything. Everything known, I have the confidence to step out. Step out to serve the purpose you've created for me. Me walking one foot in front of the other every day. Every day like you walked on the water. Walking on water, you save me from drowning. I'm walking on water knowing I am loved. I'm stepping out knowing I can face everything and anything. So, hey, Granny B, how you doing? Okay, girl, give me a second. I'll send you a link in Hangouts. Brother, let me get our conversation up. Where are you? Gil. There he is. There he is. Give me a second, guys. I'm just going to send out a link. Let me just send a link out to my brother, Bob, Gil. Alright. Let me paste the link into our Hangouts chat. There you go, Bob. Check your Hangouts. I just sent you the Hangouts message for the link. So I'm heading out the door to dinner, but I know you're on. I love you to the moon and back, lovely. Love you too, Granny. Have fun. Have a good night out. I appreciate you stopping in and come to see me just for a little few seconds, few minutes. What you need to do, Granny. It's all good. I appreciate you. But Gil, check your Hangouts. I did just send you a link in our Hangouts Messenger if you want to come up. So let me shut my Facebook. I don't need my email open either. So there we go. But yeah, I just thought I'd hang out with some friends. If you want to come on the panel, if I'm connected with you, I'm usually connecting with people on Hangouts or Twitter or email. So hey, Lexus dude, how you doing, my friend? This one's called Million Little Miracles. It says, all my life I've been carried by grace. Grace I know is a miracle that I don't deserve. Deserve knowing that it's a miracle living by your love. Love knowing I have a million little miracles within me that I can't even count them all. You are the reason I have miracles and walk strong in who I am. Becoming chosen, I know I'm special. Special every day is a blessing, knowing I'm able. Able to know every day is a million little miracles. Being able to smile every day. I count every opportunity that I'm placed into. Every day is a million little miracles that I know are waiting for me. Every day knowing I battle to survive society, but it doesn't matter. I want to live like everybody else is, living in a million little miracles. I live to see every day knowing that I'm blessed beyond favour the people who truly care about me. Me knowing I'm able to face another day. Knowing I have a million little miracles. Miracles are unexpected and something I know that Jesus gives me. Jesus gives me the miracles and grace. Every day is a miracle of being authentic of who I am. So, Yeah, sure, Moose Girl, who just shared me out. Lexus Dude, thank you very much for sharing my stream out. I do appreciate that. And who else? Louis Fuller as well. Yeah, Gil Skills. If you are in the background still, I did send you a link into our Hangouts chat if you want to hop on up for the poetry live stream. I did just send you the link just a second ago. I'm just going to search for some more poems because I didn't realise that I'd nearly run out again. So give me a second. Let me get some older ones that you guys might not have known about. So I'm going to take that one. Tyrone Jackson, have any of your poems been set to music? No, Tyrone, they haven't. No, they haven't. These are all ones that I've just written by myself. Hey, Tony Walton, how are you? I'm just choosing some poems that I've written in the past, and I'm just going through them and reading them. Ones that I think people will actually like to hear. Ones that are old. Yeah, let me just go through other ones that I've got here. Let me just go through that one. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, that one can come out as well. Let me just put these all in here. I don't lose what I've done. There we go. Right. Sit back down there. So yeah, I'm okay. I guess. How are you, Gemma? I'm good, thank you, Tony. How are you doing? Gil, I did just send you the link if you're still wanting to come up in the chat as well. Gil, I don't know if you've had things that have come up, but let me just check. I did send you the link just now if you've got it. But yeah, how is everyone doing? Let me know in the chat. How is everyone doing today? I hope your Monday is doing great. It's early hours Tuesday for me, so yeah. I hope everyone is doing well. Toy Man, why aren't you a mod in here? Right, there you are. You are now. Who else do I need to make mods in here? No one that I know of. Okay, cool. That's cool. And here is my brother. Here we go.
Hey, Gemma.
Hey, Bob. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good. I'm just enjoying a real nice fire.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you can take some time to chill out with me for a little bit and take some time out of your evening. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Oh, now your picture's gone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but your picture's disappeared.
All right, give me just a second.
Oh, there you go. You're back again now.
Yeah, I had to put my very, very stylish earbuds in.
Oh wow! I feel honoured that you've chosen special earphones for me.
Diamond encrusted.
Nice.
So what are you up to? I heard you reciting a poem earlier.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, I've been doing some poetry. Hold on, let me change that. There we go. That's better. Gemma, figure the StreamYards out. So yeah, I've been writing some poetry recently, and I just thought I'd go through some of the older ones in case people haven't heard me do poetry. And Gil has been with me a long time. He knows that I've written several pieces, and I usually check with him. Like I'll send him a little sneak peek of my poem once I've done, or I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what do you think? Tell me. And then he gives me his feedback. Thank you, Tony, for the super sticker, the 99p super sticker. Thank you so much.
You're
It's
amazing,
good to see
Tony.
you. Awesome. And if one of my mods could get rid of that bot that's in the chat, because I can't do it on my phone, because otherwise it's going to start replaying the stream. I don't really want echoing in my stream. So, yeah. They seem to be coming in on a force, which is weird. But yeah, I want to read. This is one of the first ever poems that I wrote when I first kind of got diagnosed, which is kind of weird. And it says, I'm not a puzzle to be fixed. So it says, I'm not a puzzle to be fixed because I'm not broken. Broken or missing pieces like a jigsaw puzzle. A jigsaw which always seems difficult with connecting each piece. Pieces of me that people just don't understand. They understand and assume that I'm not capable. Capable of looking after myself or able to do things such as being independent. Independent doing the public speaking, telling people my story. Story, my diagnosis and achievements. Achievements such as celebrating 3 years of my autism social club, where I go with all the people with the same condition, sharing our own experiences as well as being safe. Safe because I have my routine that helps you to know what I'm doing, day to day or week to week of going to meetings. Meetings where I have to socialise with the forced conversation. Forced conversations that are not comfortable. Comfortable and natural the eye contact that I just can't do. Do because it feels like I'm staring at people, invading people's privacy. Privacy in their personal space, which is often confusing. Confusing how close or how far away to sit or to stand. Standing in a group or next to an individual when I'm feeling too overloaded. I'm simply overloaded with all your social expectations. So yeah, I
Well
was
done.
very angry when I wrote that, as you can probably tell. I wrote that when I was going through some strong, let's just say, denials, I guess. I was going through a lot of, I felt like I've been stabbed in the back. I was very bitter about what to do, and I kind of hated a lot of people. And that's my way of kind of, after I realised that no, it wasn't the right way to think about it, I kind of rewrote it and put it in more of a positive spin of mind. So, yeah, where's 9 years gone? Let's just say.
Well,
This
still,
gone.
it's a what's the best way of putting it here? I almost said a fingerprint, but it's not. It's like a memoir of the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a part of your journey.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, Brad and Jen, how you doing?
Hey, Brad and
That,
Jen, and everybody I missed. Hello. It's I'm on my phone. It's a little difficult to see everybody on the phone, but I am trying to keep up. Thank you, Toy
yeah, no
Man.
worries.
I figured I'd give
I,
you a little ambiance besides my bald head this evening.
it's always lovely to see you and your bald head brother. Thank you,
Likewise.
Tony, for the other super sticker again. Much love and respect to you and your family. Thank you very much for the super sticker chat thing. I've never seen a red one for 99p. That's threw me a little bit, to be honest. But thank you for the super sticker. I've never seen a red one for that. Usually the red ones are usually like the higher ones, but I'm confused.
Yeah, yeah,
It's,
that is weird.
hey, Michelle. Yeah, of course I
Hey,
missed you,
Michelle.
Michelle. I've been busy. I haven't really seen much live streams, to be honest. I've only just caught up with Gil and a few other people today. I've been like jumping to live streams to show my face and support. I'm like, oh, there's another live stream. Oh, there's another live stream. Like, ah. So I've been kind of jumping through the live streams. I think today I've been to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yesterday. I've been through like 6 streams yesterday, and I just finished coming off one a little while ago, and I'm now on Tuesday, and I'm now doing my own one. So, woohoo!
You rocking it like a hurricane, girl.
Yeah, I'm woohoo! I'm in a good frame of mind. I'm happy. I've been writing poetry nearly all day, and I've been sitting here scripting and yeah, I've got a lot of. I wrote like what today? I've written yesterday. I wrote 3 new poems yesterday, and I've just finished another one. So, but this one again was written in my past. This was written just before I started YouTube, and this one's called "How You Remind Me." It says, "How you remind me of what I went through in my past. The past of being insecure and being bullied, which made me feel worthless and scared of who I was and couldn't fight back. Back because I believed every word that was said to me because I thought I deserved it because I was different without knowing why, knowing that I let you affect me when I shouldn't have done. I've since grown up and got stronger with myself and believing I can do anything." Anything I put my mind to, knowing I'm capable of helping people to understand that I used to be weak. Voiceless I am not anymore. Anymore because my future is now bright, and you've reminded me how strong I am. You've reminded me of how far I've come. I don't need you or my past taunting me. Hey
Not bad.
Lee, how you doing? Oh, that fire looks good. That fire looks nice.
Right? There's nothing like a good fire that, calms the soul, especially when it needs it the
Absolutely.
most. It also
Yeah,
complements the holiday season, does it not?
it does. It does make it feel more Christmassy, I must be honest. It's like I'm sitting here going, oh, look at that. Hey, Epileptic Pilot, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, you got a couple of comments here. People saying, oh, they love the wood stove fire. Yep, absolutely. It
Well,
makes it
thank
feel
you.
more authentically Christmas. For
Thank you. I
sure.
appreciate it. And if I missed your comment, I apologize. It's kind of difficult to see them on StreamYards.
Yeah, there's a few people who said they like it. Lee Anfield Rose says, hi, Gil.
Hi.
So, yeah. But my brother here, Gil, is a massive inspiration to me. Let me just tell you, like, every time I write a poem or even if I do a video and I'm humming and hawing, I have the little doubts in my head that kind of try and play tricks on me. I'm like, who can I call? Oh, yeah, I know who I can call. And I'm like, brother, can you help me? And I sit and talk to him and, hey, Hot Miss Missy, how you doing? Hey,
Miss Missy,
Dwayne, good to see
hello.
you. And I
Welcome
check in
to the
with him like nearly
pile.
all the time. I will literally text him and be like, brother, can I have 5 minutes? Like, I'm a bit unsure. And he'll say to me, he goes, Gemma, what do you think? And I'm like, well, I don't know. And this and this. And he's like, well, what about this? And what about this? And I'm like, oh, I overcomplicated it again. Why do I do that? And usually it's just something that I've overcomplicated myself and convinced myself not to do it. I'm like, damn it, I need to do it. So yeah, he does
You've already
calm me
got it
down
up
a lot.
here. You've already got it up here. You just like to bounce it off of, some friends that you trust, and that's pretty cool.
Yes.
That's
Especially
fine.
you, brother, because you've been with me a long time and it's I always come to you for guidance because I believe that I need it. So yeah, and some of these poems, like guys, I will say some of these poems do have a lot of not dark, but kind of themes about like mental health and like my journey and kind of, but I've tried to twist it into a positive sense. So like a lot of these do have a lot about the past and how I am now. And this poem really kind of, this next one I've got here called Perfect World is basically based off a celebrity recently who came out as autistic, and they also came out as gay, and I want to kind of give a tribute to that person and kind of say, it doesn't matter regardless of the label and stuff. So it says, perfect world. You never know what's going on in somebody's supposed perfect world. World where they are battling their own demons that control their every thought. Thought of self-doubt and acceptance of others and people in the media. The media always broadcasting every event which they do not have permission or the correct facts to report on without hurting the person. The perfect world you'll never understand. Understand the mental health and the stress and anxiety to appear as normal. 3, 2, 1. One is all action and all smiles and act like everything is okay. Okay when inside you just want to cry. Cry and disappear into the background. This perfect world does not exist. We all have our faults. Faults we try and mask, so we smile and we face the music. The perfect world, remember always to be kind. Kind because you never realise what that person could be going through. Though my life is not perfect, but I am made to be me. Me as the curtain falls down around me, so called this perfect life.
Rock on!
And Blaine says it's 4 degrees at my place in Canada. Ouch, that's cold. Who else have we got in? Alexis dude. I did see another name just come in. I'm sorry I'm missing the chat because I'm too busy talking to my brother. Hot Miss
Epileptic
Missy.
Pilot, welcome.
Who else have we got in here? Roughneck. Hello. Dwayne. Hello. Whoa, now my
Happy
chat's just
holidays,
jumped.
everybody.
Ah! My chat keeps jumping. Sorry, guys, it's going all over the place. My chat just gone like boom.
Oh,
Ah,
there's a 99. There's an 89 pence super sticker.
Tony! Oh my God! Thank you. Much love, respect. Oh wow. I've never seen that red one before. Yeah, this has
Now,
been
is
used
there a
for
sticker?
YouTube.
Because I don't see a sticker. Of course, I'm looking at StreamYards, but does it show? What does it show on the YouTube end of it?
It just comes up in a red box and it says super chat sticker. And it just comes up with the donation price on the box. Wow, it's the first time I've seen that. Oh wow. Okay. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate the super chat. Super chat super sticker. Get my words out. Duh.
You guys are awesome. She'll be here all week. Remember that, okay?
Yeah, so that's kind of. And Hot Mess Missy asked me a question. She said, "Did you write these?" Yes, I did. Everything that I'm reading is my own handwritten work. I literally write them on notepad paper, and literally then they get filed into this big folder behind me. And I've been writing now for about 2.5, 3 years nearly, and everything that I've written is either been written for people or with people in mind or my own experiences. And a few of the original poems, which you guys have probably previously heard in the other poetry streams I've done, have also been broadcast on national radio as well. So yeah, I have had some actually being put out in the media for charities and stuff. So yeah, it's good because it helps to provide charity support. So that's all well and good. I like doing things like that to help people. Hey Teresa, what's that say? I have to get that up. $5 super sticker. Thank you, Teresa, for the super love, super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Much love and respect. Thank you, Hot Miss Missy. It's just all my own experiences. Like I said before, it's a case of like I check in with Gil a lot. I check in with Captain Jerk. I check in with a couple other people who have constantly made sure that because I'm very careful, obviously, not necessarily trigger people, but some of my poems do have a theme of kind of, they mention anxiety and stuff. I want to obviously be careful that I don't affect people's mental health or push a trigger or something that may potentially upset somebody. And I always go to my brother Gil. I'm like, hey, I'm a bit, and then if we both feel that it's going to be okay, I'll do it. If not, then I often will just file it or
Holy
put it
guacamole, epileptic pilot.
Thank you. Oh wow. You guys are going nuts. Wow. Thank you very much for the super loves, you guys. That's really sweet of you, but really not needed. Like these
You have yourself a merry
like whenever I get donations, guys, what happens is it goes straight back out to other channels. Like I like to redonate what I get, so whatever donations I do get goes out to other channels, and especially channels who are newer than me. So I like to go and help the smaller channels, and I am small technically myself still, but I like to go and help the newer channels who are like 100, 200, 300 subs, who need to get equipment or whatnot. So I try and help them out. And for like people like Gil who have supported me a long time, and other people, I like to show my support back that way. So whatever I get gets redonated out anyway. So yeah. But this one's actually a themed one. This one's about Christmas. Even Gil hasn't seen this one yet, so he's gonna be like, "Huh?
Oh.
You've not shared it with me, Gemma? What?" So this one's called Autism and Christmas, and it says Autism and Christmas is a time of sensory overload of colours, noises, and lights. Noises and food that we can't escape because we're out of our routine. Routine as we're with family and friends, away from home. Home we have to travel long distance. Distance which causes anxiety as everything is uncertain. Uncertain what's expected of us. Christmas people moving around in a panic buying presents. Yes. Woohoo! Anxiety. Woohoo! No, that sucks. Presents to put under the tree with flashing lights. Oh god, don't you hate that? I hate that. Lights that flicker and hum. Hum causing auditory overstimulation. Overstimulation, people say, what's wrong with you when I'm trying to process information? Information around us, it's too much, too loud, wouldn't nowhere to go. Autism and Christmas, for Christmas celebrations, with people cheering and drinking. Drinking, not aware of their behaviour, as we're expected to cope. Cope with the family events that can trigger our sensory overloads. Overloads of being in a new environment we simply cannot process. Christmas, remember, if you have loved ones with autism, please support them when they're going through the most traumatic time. So again, it's just that was based off awareness, and also because I've struggled previously years, the last I'd probably say 5-6 years, I really didn't like Christmas periods, because it was kind of, I had to adapt to being from home, being thrown into my parents' house, then being thrown into my uncle's and auntie's house, and jumping from house to house. And then when I actually got admitted with autism and got diagnosed with it, I was like, I'm not doing this no more, can't, won't. And what I do is now I go to my mum's for the main Christmas Day dinner. I stay there till about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon my time, and then I stay at my dad's at night, and I carry on the same routine as I do at my mum's house. So then I only have one house instead of like 5-6 that I used to have to go to, and I'm like, no, can't. So yeah, keep the routine as practical as you can with someone with autism at Christmas, because again, you've got lights, you've got food, you've got noise, you've got crowds, you've got overstimulation. Like for me, even doing a stream in my apartment and knowing that I've got the bright lampshade here, I've got another lampshade over near my TV shining at me, I'm like, I'm having to focus and not think about it. At the same time, I know I can hear my light, I can feel it on my skin, and I'm like, oh my god, which is why I layer up, which is like, well, I've got 3 layers on.
Let's welcome Boomer D. Boomer D's in the house, Jim.
Boomer! Hey, brother. Long time no speak. How you doing, Boomer?
Thumbs
it's good to see you,
brother. Hope life's treating you well.
Epileptic pilot, yeah, I'm a fussy eater. Like, if you used to see me eating Christmas Day dinner, you would think that I'm a spoiled brat. Like, I literally kick up a storm. Like, my poor mum, bless her, what she has to do is, like, she has to do my dinner first, because all my other family like everything touching. So for me, I'm like, no, don't do that. So my mum's like, okay, do Gemma's first, because I don't like my vegetables or my meat touching my gravy. So what I do is I put my vegetables and stuff on one plate, and then I put my gravy in a separate little saucer, and then I tip it as I see fit onto like my potatoes and stuff. Whereas my family, like, why'd she do that? And I'm like, I don't want it being wet. I don't like it being moist. I don't like it being all over my dinner. I'd rather have a nice dry bit of meat. I'd rather have my crispy potatoes, my crispy veg, rather than it being all soaked in gravy and all the meat juice. I'm like, no. So yeah, I'm like a child when it comes to Christmas Day dinner. I literally am a brat. So yeah, I'm glad you're good, Boomer. It's good to see you, brother. Beautiful, Gemma. I have to get back on the road. Thank you for sharing. And she says, bye, Gil. Hot Miss Missy is back on the road, so she's driving.
Hot Miss Missy, much love to you, sweetheart.
Take care. Seriously. Driving.
Yes, be safe, please. Hope to see you around real soon.
Says, that's what my wife does. I mix up all my food. Boomer says, do I eat stew? Yes, I do eat stew, Boomer, but again, it's a case of what people don't realise is that I can't have the stew touching the gravy. So again, it's a case of I can have the stew on the plate and eat it, but I have to tip the gravy separately, because otherwise I panic and I'm like, So yeah, it's anything to do with like lumpy food, anything to do with things like Christmas dinners, stews, casseroles, that kind of stuff. I will not have with gravy, because the thought of having gravy on top of it makes me want to gag. So yeah, I literally have to have it separate and be like a spoiled brat child, because I can't eat it otherwise.
Nothing wrong with that at all. I, on the other hand, am the completely opposite.
Exactly,
I like
brother. Let's hear about yours.
Everything.
I'm sure my brother's got some fantastic Christmas things he can tell us, because I'm pretty boring.
Christmas things in terms of what?
Like stories.
Yeah.
You must have some stories, like how your Christmas is probably more fun than what mine is. I'm pretty strict, formal routine, pretty much.
Well, every Christmas morning, I mean, this year is going to be a little different because it's the first time my son hasn't been here. He's going to be here, but he doesn't live here. But
Okay.
every morning the kids would unwrap their presents, and me and Melissa would unwrap ours. And then after that, we'd go next door to my parents' house and we'd spend the entire day there eating a whole ton of like lasagna and shrimp and all sorts of stuff that
Yeah.
they would have up there. You name it. I mean, but the whole day would be spent opening presents. I mean, my mother
Yeah.
literally, like, she has a big tree, but the tree, believe it or not, is mostly covered in
Yeah.
presents. It's like a snow mound, but it's presents. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah. Yeah.
imagine getting up in the
Totally.
morning and seeing all those presents. Imagine if they're all for you.
Yeah.
Well, they're all for members of the family that's there, but yeah, that's pretty much the day. You know, we spend time with family and we have a good time, and
Okay,
yeah, and
Teresa, take care of your doggy.
take care, Teresa. And of course, you know, I like to spend time with my YouTube peeps too. I try to get a live stream or quick live stream in with my YouTube peeps.
Yeah, of course. See, this is what my brother Gil, who's on my panel now, like his live streams are literally rocking. Like you go in there and it's literally like boom, 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 boom. Like it's so active. Like my chat, like I try and keep it fairly on topic and try and keep myself in check with it because I am bad at looking at the screen and the chat as well. I'm trying to look at the same time. And sometimes I'm just like, and I see all these names for him. I'm like, oh, sugar, I've not greeted the chat. And I'm like, whereas Gil, he does it both. He's like, look at the screen, look at the chat. And I'm like, whoa. It's like, I admire him because
It's
I
not
can't do
easy.
it.
I don't fare much better than you do, Gemma. So
Oh, come
you
on.
know, uh,
Oh, come on, brother. You do a lot better than me.
I don't think so.
Boomer, check your messages and hangouts, please. I did send you a link, Boomer. Get your ass up here.
But, oh my, she was rather direct. She wasn't as
Yes,
direct
that's
with
another
me,
thing
but I'm
about me, guys.
obviously here.
I'm
So
I'm very brutal, direct. I don't really have what I call a filter. I don't really watch. I guess I have to watch what I say a little bit, but I don't tend to have any filter. And if I say what I feel and then I end up getting in trouble, then usually I have to kind of apologize after the fact. I know Gil's had to talk to me a couple of times before, and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I'd done that. So it's kind of I have to process some of the things before I probably say that, and I'm getting a lot better at it. But it's sometimes I will slip up and might say an inappropriate comment or something might be taken the wrong way. I'm like, well, blah. And then I'm like,
we
oopsie,
all
probably
do
shouldn't
it.
do it.
We all do it. We As long as you're making an effort to, you know, get better and
Yeah,
do
yeah, of
better. You
course.
got that conscience on your shoulders, you know.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
have
of
to say that
course.
no matter what happens, you're always genuine, Gemma. Even if something comes across wrong or you think it comes across wrong, you always try to make right by it anyway. So,
Yeah, of
um,
course. I think we all
and
do because
that's
I
why
don't always
that's
feel
why I call
bad.
you my sister. My
I
sister
know,
from another mister.
my brother, you are amazing. Like this is the thing. Like if it wasn't for Gil coming here and being on my panel with me, trust me, I'd be freaking my stuff out right now. Trust me, I get really, really nervous on my way, and I'm like, ah.
Hey, Heartside.
So, hi, Eileen. Good to see you. How you doing?
How you doing,
Like I sit
Eileen?
here in panic. So yeah, and this poem that I wrote a little while ago, it's called "This Little Light of Mine," which is based off a natural Christian worship song that I listened to a little while ago, and the words to it, I was just like, wow, totally blew me away and kind of stopped my thinking. So yeah, this is my kind of little take on it. It says, "This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine into this community. Community needing to see some positivity during this time of uncertainty. Uncertainty of isolation that's making people question, why should we be positive? Positive, we have to start a conversation how we can impact people to be the change. Change and to be the person who shines bright. This little light of mine is ready to shine bright. I am the person who needs to stand strong. in a time when the future seems so unsure. Unsure, I know I have a destiny of encouragement, of poetry to speak words of motivation. This little light is coming out too bright. I'm shining and living my life in an extraordinary way, making life special and having fun. I'm going to be the motivation to impact people to start this conversation. I am shining bright and I'm ready to show the world that you can be this little light so bright and make the change. Are you ready to take on the fight with me and be the light that has the darkness around it that needs to make the world smile? Are you ready to push the door open and walk through? I am letting this little light shine to all of you for the world to see that we're changing the generation. I'm not hiding anymore. It's time for me to shine. Let it shine, let it shine. You all have the light inside of you. We are a nation and a people, and it's time for us to stand.
Well done. That was a really positive one.
Yeah, so that is basically based off a worship song that I listened to, and it basically said about being strong, being the fighter, not letting bad things happen to you. And I'm like, this world has had enough of negativity. It's had enough of people just going, whoa, and losing their whatever. I'm guilty of it, yes. I've lost my on several more occasions, and I get it. And I'm like, you know what? I want to be positive. I want to be that person who goes, come on, you can do it, and get together and sit together and believe in people. And I know there's people who've had worse things than me, and we've all had things that have been sad happen to us. And I'm like, if I step out and be the first person to be positive, then my positivity is going to rub off on someone else. And that just builds and builds and builds and builds for other people. So I want
I
people
agree
to
with
know
you.
they're not going to be alone, especially right now. Christmas of all times is hard. And I know I've battled it the last 4 years. I've felt so negative and I've had to kind of shift my attitude and go, yes, Christmas has sucked for me the last 4 years because I lost my gran, but at the same time, if she was here right now and hearing me talk the way I was about her, she'd be like, why are you being sad? Stop it, knock it off. And she'd literally be clicking her fingers at me and she'd be like, Gemma, I'm like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. And literally she would yell at me. She'd be like, don't be sad. What did I tell you? I'm like, oh. So I have to remember, she wanted me positive. She was a friggin' RAF flight plane tester. She tested planes for the soldiers. And that was unheard of back in her day. She was
Wow.
the only female in her branch of the RAF that were allowed to touch the planes because it was a very male unit and a very male job. But yet she was treated like one of the lads. To them, she was one of them. It wasn't the fact she was female. It's like she worked there, she proved herself, and she got on with the job. And she was, yeah. So it just proves we can be positive, you know. And I want to be positive in her memory as well as myself because I want this channel to be a place of fun and enjoyment and knowledge and friendship because that's what I'm here for. I want to help make friends and make the world better. If I can make one day better for somebody in my chat or somebody out in the world who may watch this, then they're going to think, oh, well, she's being positive. I like that. And I'll go and do something. So, yeah, I just wanted to
I,
bring that positivity across just to kind of let people know that I can do it and I'm trying my best to. So,
I, I agree with you, Gemma, 1000%. I mean, this last couple of years have been really difficult for a lot of people. It's put a lot of people in a dark place. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know. So, the last
So,
couple of years, I definitely do realise it.
but on the same token, though, I've seen so many people, such as yourself. Hey, Sterling Silver Variety Show. It's good to
Hey,
see you.
Sterling Silver,
Uh,
how you doing, bro?
such so many people like you are trying so desperately to turn it around,
Yeah,
and you're actually doing it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do the same exact thing. I'm trying to be
yeah,
positive. I'm trying to pull myself out of that rut, so
yeah.
I could try to help be a beacon for that for others as
Yes,
well.
you are.
you,
Oh, God, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh,
So
God, yeah. Like,
that's one of the things that I truly love about you, Gemma, is that you are a positive individual anyway. And on the times when you say you lose your, it's because it only proves that you're human. You know what I mean?
yes, it does. But at the same time, I guess I put myself on such a high pedestal that I always like to make myself positive and be like, oh, I can't be upset. I can't show that I'm struggling. Because if I show that I'm upset and negative, then it's going to make people feel sad and miserable. Hey, JJ, good to see you.
Hey, hunting stuff with J&J. How you doing,
And,
brother?
you know, I
Happy
don't want people to come
holidays,
to this
good
channel and
sir.
they think, oh, look at this girl. All she is miserable and she looks sad and she's talking about the struggle. And I'm like, I don't, yes, that's real life. Of course I struggle. Yes, I do. But at the same time, I want to be real and show the good stuff that I get up to, like going out and talking to MPs and councillors. And I do a lot of work behind the scenes that I don't vlog about because I don't want to. I want to keep it as a thing to update people with. And they say, oh, Gemma, what have you been doing? I'm like, oh, well, look out for this, because then when I do upload, people are like, oh, I didn't know Gemma was doing this. So it's kind of a way of keeping things updated. And it's, for me, it's a confidence thing because I'm not naturally confident at all. I'm not, far from. I've had to mask this and practice it for the last 8 years of my life. I've had to learn to be woohoo and yay and
I've been
party
practicing all my
because
life too, Gemma. I'm not confident either, to be perfectly frank with you.
it's difficult because people say to me, oh, Gemma, you appear to be so natural and you're so chatty and bubbly and da 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 da. And I'm like, have you ever heard of rehearsing and practice and scripting? In my head right now, I'm having to practice a whole frigging conversation to make sure that I don't muck it up or that I don't say something that might be inappropriate. And I might have to constantly think about my language and my tone, and it's mental effort. And people were just like, well, you seem so good at it. I'm like, yeah, 6-7 years of scripting every day, pretty much. So yeah, thanks to Wayne for your comment. Like, I try and help people. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm not a medic professional at all. Like, what I do is my own perspective, and I try and build on it. And what I do as well is I critique articles. If I see something I don't agree with, like a autism article, like recently I did one about a month or so ago that was about autism treatment, and it made me really, really angry. But I managed to calm myself down. I was like, okay, I don't like this. But instead of losing my shit on the video, I managed to kind of say, well, this is rubbish. This doesn't work. This isn't right. Da 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 da. And I managed to brief myself. But at the same time, in my head, I was like, oh my god, I want to let loose. I want to swear and I want to blah. But I didn't because I don't want people getting freaked out and they watch the video and they think, oh, what the, and they upsets them. So I try not to, but in my head I'm like, yeah, this really is a topic that's gonna overstimulate me and make me angry. And it's like earlier, me and my dad had a debate and we were talking about autism and these supposed cures that he'd seen on the internet, and he was like, what do you think of these? And I was like, don't even start. I'm not winding myself up with that. I'm not even accept it, look at it. I'm just not doing it. And he was like, but it might be. I'm like, don't even go there because I'm going to say something nasty. So I had to literally walk away before I would have lost my dad. So yeah. Meep's music. Hello, Meep. Long time no see. Hey, Murad. Long time no see. Good to see you.
Yeah, likewise, Murad.
Yeah,
Pull
it's
up,
good to see
guys.
you.
For those of you who just came in, pull up a chair, sit by
Come
the
and
fire,
get
enjoy
cozy
the
with me and my
fire.
brother.
That's right. Gemma's reading poems, and we're trying to share positivity and hopefully make people smile and laugh.
We're trying to be positive, and that's like I'm actually going to share the new poem that I actually sent to Gil today because why not? It's on topic, and I was like, you know what? I'll just share it. So this song, this poem is inspired by a song by the Canadian singer Avril Lavigne. If you guys don't know her, you really need to go and check out her YouTube channel. She's known right across the world. Very, very popular young-ish lady, and she's done a lot of songs over the years. And she's also one of the biggest disability advocates because she has Lyme's disease. And recently she teamed up with a new American, what should I call him, indie emo singer guy, I guess. And they wrote this song called Up in Flames. And I got sent it by a friend. And she's like, Gemma, listen to this. So I listened to it and I listened to it. And I'm like, wow, this describes me about not fitting in and everything else. So I sent this poem to Gil, and it's the first time I've actually shared this publicly, apart from Gil has seen it. And it says, up in flames, I still burn for you. My whole life I've been on fire. Fire every time I think I've had enough. I've become obsessed with everything. Everything on social media, I'm on fire. I've become obsessive. Obsessive, I'm up in flames. All my life, I'm still burning until I reach meltdown. Meltdown is the point of no return. Up in flames, trying to conform to this world, the world that makes me feel worthless and no control. No control when I need to disappear. I'm still up in flames. Flames spreading my message of being autistic. Autistic, I've become my worst obsessed enemy who wants everything to be perfect. Well, perfect doesn't exist. I'm up in flames. Flames is my passion and can be a sign of pushing too far. Too far, I rise back up from the ashes. I am up in flames. I'll keep burning. Burning my name is written on the wall. I am up in flames. So it kind of, the song talks about not fitting in and the fact that we're different and the fact that society judges you and stereotypes you. And I'm just like, I really relate to her because Avril Lavigne, again, is one of these people who are very judged. She's very out there with her looks and she wears some bizarre items, which God knows what the hell she was thinking. But she's talented and she's disabled and she doesn't let that affect her. She's very much about non-conformity and rebel, and she stands out and she proves a point. And I'm like, I see so much of her in myself because I've had to be this caged little person for so long, and then all of a sudden over the years I've just let myself come out. And then relating to her music, I'm just like, damn it, if she can do that in music, imagine what I can do in my poetry. So it's kind of took it out of me a little bit, and I'm like, why did I cage it up for so long? Why was I so afraid to put words on paper? And now it just sounds so stupid me saying it. I'm like, why? Why did I do that? You know, why did I hide for so long? And today that took me about what, an hour to write? So yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I think you should take a bow because that actually was really good.
Like that's, I used to take, what Gil knows, that I used to take about a week or so to write a poem. I will build it up and re-edit it and word it and everything else. In the last couple of days I've managed to write about 3 or 4 different ones that I'm happy with. And I think for me, poetry is my way of calming down, self-therapy, because before, Gil knows I've been guilty of it. When I got angry or anxious or upset, I would jump on a phone call with someone and rant it out. And now I'm like, Gemma, think it through. How are you feeling? Why are you feeling that way? And I process it and I write. I sit here and I'm like, no, notepad, pen, quiet, turn everything off, and just sit here and chill. And I sit here for like 2-3 hours. And the amount of bits of paper, like Gil was to me, I've ripped up so many bits of paper and I've not been happy with the poem that I've done. I've had like piles and piles and piles of paper on my floor before you actually get the finished thing like this. And it takes me about 3 days because I'm so in stress and shut down at that point that I don't know what else to do. So if it wasn't for my brother Gil, trust me, a lot of these poems would be probably more dark than they actually are because a lot of my emotions get put into these poems and I guess spoken words, you can call them. But yeah,
Look at you
this
now,
is the
though,
way that I
Gemma.
calm
Gemma, how
down.
many
So,
poems have you? How many poems have you written, Gemma? Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
I think right now I'm on like 220 something.
Wow.
Like, I will show you like the actual inside this folder. Give me a second. I literally have all my poems since like I started YouTube. So as you can see on the front here, I actually have my name and the word poetry stickers, which are actually craft stickers, which actually are like glued onto the front here, so they won't come off. They were a pain to get on here. Actually, they kept getting stuck to my fingers, so that was fun. And then, as you'll see, like the thickness of stop it.
I agree,
Okay.
Meep.
Like this is the thickness of all the poems that I've written. Every single poem that I've done is filed, dated in here.
That's a whole lot of inspiration.
Yeah, these are all dated from like when I first met people like Gil, like, and then I've just slowly built my collection up. It's like I did a poem yesterday for the frontline workers, which I'm going to release tomorrow. And it's called "Thank You, Frontline Angels," and then I put brackets warriors, and I talk about the sacrifices they've made to be away from their family and treating sick people and about being around the world. And I literally wrote that. I watched a video of a hospital in the States, which made me cry. I sat here and bawled my eyes out, and I'm like, oh my God, huh? And I think it was a hospital in San Francisco, I think. And it was on a certain ward. I'm not going to say the word, but you can get my gist. And yeah, the video was like 12 minutes long, and Avril Lavigne actually happened to be on it, and she did a song basically called "We Will Survive." And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a poem to match it. So I wrote that in like 3 hours, and then I've got.
Epileptic pilot. I don't think so. Not yet.
Okay, Blaine, take care.
I do want to welcome Rolling Homestead and Wild Edibles in Wisconsin.
Hey, Ron Homestead. How you doing, Mark?
Wonderful
Good to
see
see you. Epileptic pilot. I don't know who that is, so I'm not even aware of the Let's Go Brandon thing. So if someone could educate me offline, maybe. I don't know what that. I've heard of Let's Go Brandon campaign, but I don't know what that actually is. I'm not going to mention it, but yeah. So as you can see, like each poem I actually write is in pen or in pencil, and then I write it over once I am happy with the poems. So each of these poems are usually written out in pencil, and then I write on top of them in pen, and then I rewrite them. So usually like, these poems are rewritten at least 3-4 times before I put them in the paper. And sometimes they're inspired by like movies, songs. Obviously, a lot of you guys know that I love my faith. My faith's very important to me. So a lot of my poems are faith based as well. I know that's not for everybody, so that's why I try and keep the Christian kind of theme poems to a minimum because I don't want to upset people. Hey, Citizen. Hey, Ralph.
Citizen ZTV, it's good to
Good to
see you.
see
And
you.
to answer Ralph's question, I transferred it from the top of my head to the bottom. He asked where the hair was, from the top
My
of my
brother
head.
doesn't have hair on his top. He's always got shiny head on the top and then the fantastic beard on the bottom. So yeah, like some of these poems are like literally just old ones that I've done. They're just like my everyday experiences. Really, they're like ones about my autism journey, my mental health journey, what I went through with my anxiety disorder. Which I still have and I'm medicated for. So I'm not saying medication works for everybody because it don't, but with me it does. My anxiety is medicated to such a point that I'm more calm than I've been the last 3 years and I've been in the last 6 years before I knew what was wrong with me. So yeah, just put it out there. I
Sure,
do have
Sterling.
anxiety disorder as well. So you must know I cut my hair short a couple weeks ago. Yeah, Sterling, I haven't had my hair cut since March. So yeah, I can't get in the salon to save my life because everywhere's frigging busy, fully booked. And plus I don't want to because I want to grow my hair and then for charity, hopefully in March, next April, hopefully, I'm gonna dye my hair blue for the World Autism Week to support autism and autistic families. So I'm going to do that as a charity thing, which I'm planning to do live, which my sister's actually going to agree to come on a live stream, and you're going to see her colour my hair for World Autism Week next year, which my brother will be on the panel at that point because I'm going to get my brother to come on here and see my blue head and the mess I want to make of myself. But yeah, these are all my poems. Literally, like I wrote these like when I was very immature as well. Some of these poems, like if I was to read them, you'd be like, "What the hell are you thinking?" Like some of these poems are not great, which is why they're folded at the back. Like yeah, some of these poems are very dark and dull and boring. This is like why I try and hide a lot of them. They're kind of my own demon days, I guess I'd call it. I've written poems, like I wrote a poem for a local play the other day that I watched, and then this poem here describes me perfectly for right now. Let's read this one. This one's based off a Miley Cyrus song, and it's called Ordinary Girl, which I listened to the other day, and oh
This
my
should be
gosh,
good.
I couldn't relate to it more. It says, I'm an ordinary girl, don't get me wrong, I love who I am. I don't want to be ungrateful for the role that I play every day. Every day I wish they could see what's really happening. I wish sometimes I could be ordinary. Things seem so simple. Simple below the surface, inside I'm struggling. But anything can happen for an ordinary girl like me. Things seem so larger and bigger and brighter, but yet I'm stumbling and falling. I'm sort of an ordinary girl. Sometimes I get ignored, and that's okay. Anything can happen for me anytime. I'm just an ordinary girl living my life. The role I fit is to play it. The role I play is to fit in. Fit into society doesn't see me struggle or be damaged. My life is not ordinary. Sometimes I wish it could be. But again, what is ordinary? I'm not made to be that way. So it kind of was when I was feeling a bit upset recently. And I was just like, why does my life have to be such a struggle? And I realised now that I was being very selfish at that point because I was fighting the inner demons and kind of thinking, oh, poor me. I'm like, no, I'm not like that. I don't want people to think, oh, poor Gemma, like she's wanting to be normal, supposedly. And I get that every day. Like there's a thought that niggles in my head, and it's like, oh, imagine how different things could be. And I'm like, why would I want to do that? But again, it's the societal thought of, why can't you just be normal? No, I don't want to, because I am normal in my own head. But we're all different. My brother's different. Like Gil, for instance, he does things a lot differently to me. Like he's able to be social and functioning, and whereas I struggle to do it, but I have to script and practice and rehearse social conversation. Whereas Gil doesn't. He's very natural and forthcoming and honest, and he does it a lot more easier than me. Like I'm not like that. I struggle like hell to hold a basic live stream.
You do way better than you give yourself credit for, Gemma. But
Really,
I do want to say something I want to say something to Ralph, and then I'm going to continue complimenting you.
yeah, go
Ralph,
for it.
I first and foremost, I'm sorry to hear that you're going to have to go back to work early. That definitely sucks. But more importantly, I hope your wife's surgery goes well.
Yes, me
I
too,
hope that goes
Ralph.
smoothly and there are no complications. I went through something similar not too long ago myself with my wife, so hope it goes
Yes,
smooth.
and I
But
must
yeah,
admit,
and Gemma,
a
you
lot.
are awesome. I told you I'd compliment you after I spoke with Ralph, so there it
I know, brother, and I'm complimenting you now because my. If you don't know Gil, you really should. He has an amazing 2 channels. He has his Gil Skills live channel where he does his live streaming, and he does live streams with R5, diving with R5, or R5 Adventures as she's known, also known as Crystal. If you don't know her that well, really fantastic collaboration they do. They used to call it what's it used to call it? The Saturday oh god, I forgot the name of it now. The Saturday like collection live stream they used to do, which was awesome. And then he
is.
also has his Skills channel where he does scrapping, and he kind of goes to the scrapyard and gets money for all the scrap that he gives out, and he does a lot of different things with his channel. He's very creative. He has 3 husky dogs now, so he has lots of puppies, and they're cute, and they're seen on the live stream. You often get the Sky Cam or Luna and Moon now as well. See, I remember.
Yep. Well done. You remembered all 3 of them.
Yes. Hey, Budget.
Butchcraft, and RV Life. Welcome.
I hope you're feeling better, Brian. It's good to
Gemma,
see you.
I have a New Year's resolution, Gemma.
Yes, brother,
My
go
New
for
Year's
it.
resolution is, with Gill Skills Live, you know how sometimes, it can get a little Kool-Aidy. You know what I mean by Kool-Aidy?
Yes, I know.
People just relax a little too much and let the jokes slide a little too much. My New Year's resolution is to kind of clean some of that up. or at least have
Okay.
a dedicated stream day where it is cleaned up. So I just
Yes,
wanted to.
and where we need to do a brother and sister stream, which we've been talking about for the last year and a half.
Yes, we do need to collaborate on that too.
Yes, we've been mentioning that for so long we haven't been able to do it. Hey, Waste Mike, and he asks you a question. He says,
yes.
Gil, are you allowed to play with that fire?
Yes. Well,
Hey,
no,
Mr.
but I
Dutchy
do my wife.
Dutch. Yes, I'm still up, Mr. Dutchy Dutch. I don't sleep very well, Mr. Dutchy Dutch. If you learn one thing about me, if you know me for a while, is that I sleep on average about 3 hours a night, 3 and a bit hours if I'm lucky. But I did sleep, well, not sleep, nap earlier yesterday afternoon. I slept from like, 3 to about 6 o'clock my time. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, people are on live streaming. So I was like, bang, 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 bang into live stream. So now I'm doing my own. And it's currently just gone 20 past 1 in the morning. So, love you, Mike. You can come up too if you want, Mike. You haven't been up in a while. You do
come
owe me a
on up
panel
there,
visit.
buddy. Come on up. Come back.
Sterling, come on up.
Fire.
Meep, if you want to come up, Budget, Mr. Dutch, if you want to come up, we're just chilling, hanging.
Yeah.
Let my brother talk about his channels, promote himself, because I don't often get him on my panel. So when I do, I want him to give full floor on my channel and gets to do what he wants. So.
Oh my gosh, it's 1:16 a.m. where you are, Meep?
Yes, he's in the UK, same as me. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
Meep
all of
and
you
Citizen both in the UK. They're Citizens in Scotland. I'm not sure where Meep is, but yeah, they're both UK people.
I better stoke the fire.
Oh, you Smoke, you're in bed already. Wow. Okay.
Hey, enjoying the stream while he's in bed. That's cool.
Yeah, no worries. Sterling, what I'll do is I'll put the link in the chat for you, and then you can, right, I'm going to post the link in the chat, Sterling, but be very quick. And what I'll do is, once you've got up on the panel, I'll delete the link from my phone. So, oh, I'm sorry, Mike. I hope you feel better, brother. That sucks.
Oh man, you're not feeling good?
Mike's not. No, he said he's had a headache for 2 days.
Oh man,
that sucks.
Drink plenty of water, buddy. Stay hydrated.
Yeah, water and plenty of sleep, and not having bright lights on would probably help, Mike. Just saying. You know, I can't really say much.
One of the main reasons I get my migraines is because I get dehydrated.
Yeah, I have to keep them in to drink. That's actually, you just made me realise I do need to have a bit of my drink. Better? Because I often forget that myself. Sterling, I have put the link for you in the chat if you want to come on up, buddy. And then I'll delete it once you get up here.
I get the fire nice and stoked for y'all.
E-Waste Mike says, I think I'm pregnant again. Oh, come on, Mike.
Oh, Mike. Oh, my gosh. I know you look full term, but jeez.
What have you been eating, brother? Have you given yourself too much bloating? Because you've been eating too much.
I look beyond full term. I look like I got quadruplets full term. So
no, you don't, brother. Yeah. What are you chatting about?
Look, do you see that right there? That's all stomach.
Yeah. And up comes Sterling Silver.
What did I just walk into your side on the? What did I just walk into on your side of the stream, Gail?
Nothing. Absolutely
you, nothing.
This is a clean stream.
How you doing, Silver? It's been a while since I've seen you. It's good to see you.
I know. Well, I if I'm not mistaken, I think this is not only my first time being on your panel, but attending your streams as well.
I think I've seen you in my stream before now. I'm pretty sure I have.
I mean, it's. I haven't done much on YouTube this year, but as a New Year's resolution, yeah. But as a New Year's resolution, I mean, it's a New Year's resolution. That's for damn sure. So,
yeah, I think we all need a New Year's resolution, though. Like, I think we all need to try and change stuff. I know for me, it's going to be about trying to be more active with people, not just online but offline, and also making sure that I try and get to more autism meetings, because of this year I haven't been able to, and it sucked. I'm like, so next year I'll be boom straight back into meetings and get myself back out there again, because I've missed being outside. It sucks being stuck home. So
well, I mean, around this
Dwayne,
time of
it's
the
nice and
year,
warm.
it's pretty cold to be outside. So, yeah.
yeah, it has been cold here too. I've literally been wearing, I've got like a thick winter coat, and I've been wearing a vest coat underneath and putting hoodies and stuff on, like my hoodie from Captain Jerk. Woohoo!
Oh, nice. Well, where Gil is, I'm damn sure it's cold. It must be like what, 10 degrees? What is it? What's the temperature like up there?
I think it's in the
Mr. Dutchy
20s
Dutch,
right
can
now.
we be careful mentioning any of certain words, please, in my chat, because I don't want YouTube and their freaking moderators going into my stream and picking words out. So if you can be careful what you say in the chat, because I don't want anything that they may think I'm trying to mislead people or whatnot. So yeah.
Buddy, for me,
I'm
push
just
me to
I'm
do
just
it.
now opening up the chat.
Citizen, cut your words out my chat, please. I don't want Google moderators coming into my chat, and they might think I'm trying to mislead people and stuff. I don't want to get in trouble for misinformation and whatever. So we can try and not mention the L word, jab word, or anything of that nature, because I don't want YouTube giving me a slap on the wrist that comes to.
It sure did, Dwayne. The year did go
Yes,
by
because
very fast.
known channels to get taken down. There was a stream actually the other day I was in, and someone put one word about boom, stream was gone pretty much instantly. I was like, yeah, I don't want that happening. So we can be very careful with what we mention with regards to that, because yeah.
What did he say that was I don't see a cuss word down there. Like you said the L word. What's
Well,
no.
she's
I don't wanna know.
referring to, like, the current pandemic,
Current world
and
situation.
Yeah, the situation there is, she doesn't want to take any chances, and I get it.
Yeah, I don't want the YouTube Google moderators
That's
coming into my channel and
very
cutting
strange.
words out.
It has
Because
happened though, Sterling. I mean,
it has
not to
happened on
her.
streams. Like it happened on.
Well, I'm
Actually,
sure generally, but
it happened
it
on
sounds
Everything's
very weird
Awesome
to
stream
me.
the other day. Someone asked him about
Yes.
his thoughts on world events, and within 5 minutes, boom, boom, stream down, gone. I'm like, oh. So
This is a topic that I would have on my live stream, but I can't talk about it here because I have a lot to say about those sort of things.
Yeah, so do I. But at the same point, I don't want to get my or anyone else's channels into trouble, because YouTube's are very funny about the subject.
I respect you, Gemma. You know that.
Well, I guess
I
you
know.
can
I'm not saying you don't. Not at all.
If you ask me, I guess you can say it's great that we're generally back to normal in most cases.
Citizen
that's
says
all
we
I gotta
can't say
say.
anything on the platform nowadays. It won't be long until we can't just sit and watch. Citizen, I'm not trying to limit your free speech and stuff. I'm not, but at the same time, there's a right place to
No, Gemma, he's not. I don't think that's the case. I don't think he's saying it about you. I think he's saying it about all the platforms in general.
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
It has nothing to do with you. Your concern is understandable, but I think what he's trying to say is, like, all the platforms are doing it, so you don't know what to say. You know what I mean?
No, that's
before
true.
they take it as something that you didn't mean to say, and before you know it, you're kicked off the platform.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I try and be careful with certain things. And I know, obviously, I've been warned before about a couple of other things that I've brought up before. And it's just, I want to try and make sure that I keep within YouTube's terms and stuff. And obviously make sure I don't offend people. And that's what I said. I'm very wary about using certain language, and a lot of people do get upset with me. So like, oh, well, you talked about this and this. And I'm like, yeah, but I didn't say it's good or I promote it, did I? No. It's people get touchy about.
You want to know something? You want something, like within this new decade on YouTube, like guidelines have really changed since the decade started. Like kid-friendly videos like there's this thing where people can upload videos and make them kid friendly, and so
Yeah.
comments are not like enabled to be put in. Because it's pretty reasonable because there could be kids that are watching those videos and they're
Yeah.
prohibited to see those cuss words. That's pretty reasonable, but there's
Yeah.
a lot of videos that
I
have them these days.
I again, this is something that I would love to talk about and delve into deep because I've definitely got my viewpoints on the matter. But out of respect for Gemma and her stream, I'm not going to get into it.
I mean,
But
that's
I
all right,
agree with
but
you.
yeah.
I really do agree with you.
Yeah. No, no.
With
There's
that, but
certain things that
it's like
yeah.
it's like yeah, I'll just say this: it's almost they put that in place, but it really isn't doing much. You know what I mean?
No,
It's
It
not.
removes
Dwayne.
comments.
Yeah.
It removes comments and it removes the monetization for that video. But
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
people were frantic about what to label as kid friendly,
Oh
or
yeah.
not,
I
or
had this
meant for
trouble.
kids,
This is
and
the
what's
thing.
not meant for kids. And
So I used to do a
created
lot
a
of
lot of
kind of kid content with my nephew on my channel when I first started. I
it
did a
created
lot of
a lot of
us going
confusion.
to the amusements and beach and stuff like that, and then YouTube got hold of me on I think it was
Well,
like 3 or 4 years. And they're like, "Oh, you either have to declare your channel as a kid channel or you're an adult channel." So I was like, "Okay, put all my videos of me and him on private," and then I changed it
well,
to over 18s.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we could sit here and we could talk about birthday cakes, right?
Oh,
Birthday cakes. I
absolutely.
mean, kids like birthday cakes, right?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah.
But is it meant for kids? No, you're not
No,
really
not
having a
necessarily.
discussion
No, not
about kids. It's
necessarily.
not
It's
for
in
kids. You're having a
no,
discussion
it's
about cakes. What kind
Yeah.
of cake do you like? That kind of thing. So when somebody
what's
uploads a video
yeah.
about cakes, people were confused in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's not meant for kids. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's
It's
not because
just
it's baking. You're talking about how to cook a cake and ingredients, and
but
there is
something as
people on
simple
here
as
who
that
are
was
not
getting
professional.
confused. A lot of people were getting confused and getting frustrated. A lot of people left the platform when that came into effect.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when I first started on here, and the thing is, I said to
That too.
Bob, like when I first
Good
came on
job.
here to research autism, and what I found, like I said to Bob, is there was nothing for people my age because I was diagnosed in my mid-20s. I researched and researched and researched, and there was nothing for autistic females. No, nothing. And I was like, how the
Yeah.
hell can there be no autistic females on this platform? Where is everybody? And my social worker kind of said to me, what did you find? I said, well, nothing really. I said, it's all either children or older adults who are in like their
Yeah.
mid 50s, 60s and older. I said, there's nothing for people like me. I can't relate to them. And she's like, well,
I
that's
know
kind of
me.
the point. And it kind of made me disheartened because I'm like, there's no females at my age at the time. There is a couple of people I follow now, but I'm like, why isn't there enough females like me doing this thing? Like, there shouldn't just be me having to push out the boundaries and educate people. Where is all the other females? It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like social media is ashamed of autistic females. It's like there's me plus two other people that I found who actually do what similar to what I do. I'm like, where is everyone? There's more autistic males on this platform than there is ladies. I'm like,
How you
huh?
doing, KD scrapping?
It
Really?
doesn't make
Seriously?
sense.
That makes absolutely no sense. There's
But it's true.
a
Hey,
zillion.
KD Dan, how you doing?
There's like thousands of like
Uh,
autistic ladies in the world.
Yeah, there is,
well,
but the
no,
problem
no.
is
That's
they're
not what
not on
she said,
here.
though.
Well, I'm
That's not
just
what she
saying. I'm
said.
just saying. But
Right. But
Like Stone Silver, like if
I
you used to look
believe
on YouTube, you will see clearly there's not many autistic females on this platform. Like there is
oh, true.
what I follow 3 other autistic females that I know of on this platform, and 2 of them are in the States.
that have admitted that they were autistic. Though
Yeah,
there's a
that
difference now.
they're
There
actually
could be
come out.
people on the platform
Yeah.
that are autistic that haven't admitted it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Well,
Or don't
oh
want to
that's
talk
another
about
yeah,
it.
thing. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, that
Dr.
would
Smith.
have the guts to admit that they are autistic. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a shame thing. I'm just saying that it's not like a
That
subject they want to bring up, or they have like their own niche or persona that they have on YouTube, and it's not something that
Yeah.
brought into it. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah,
like a
I
lot.
mean,
Like with me, like what you see is what you get. I'm the same online as I am off. Like you talk to me one on one, I'm still the same person. I don't change or put on a persona. Like I go out in my community, what you see is what you get. When I upload, you see the anxiety, you see the awkwardness, you see the struggle, you see the noise, and I deliberately do that to make a point. Like the other day, I filmed out when I was in a restaurant meeting up with a local MP I was seeing, and I was like, look, you're going to be on camera. I'm filming on my phone. I've got my tripod, da, da, da. And by the time I'd actually sent him the footage back to play it before I'm going to upload it on my channel next couple of days, he's like, how the hell do you do this, Gemma, with all your issues? I'm like, this is exactly why I wanted to do it, because you think that I'm good and I'm fine and I'm not stressing out and panicking. I'm like, you got background noise, you've got people in the restaurant making noise, you've got all the different people's voices processing, you've got people on their phones, you've got buses and lorries going past, you've got people splashing in puddles, and it's like all that plus trying to focus on the conversation with him. I'm like, oh my god, what the hell? Because I'm having to block out everything else from outside. And people are like, well, you should just do that normally. No, because my brain doesn't work that way. I have to literally focus on one sound, one thing. Otherwise, I've got so much sensory processing and noise in my head. I'm like, how the hell do a normal person do this? Like, for me, it's 10 times heightened. It's kind of like I feel things so much more heightened. It's kind of like I described to Bob before. It's kind of like being in a bit of like a disco ball. It's like I'm stuck going around this music and going round and round and round all the time to a point where I'm just like, no. And then once I'm out, I'm all right. But until that point, I'm like, and it's difficult because people assume, oh, well, Gemma's fine. She's so calm and she's chatty. And I'm like, do you have any idea what I've done all day to do this conversation? Even to do a live stream, I had to sit here and meditate and calm myself down, and I have to think about who I'm going to have on my panel and what the topic is, and make sure I keep it to the topic. And because I know that I panic, and I'm like, it's a stranger, you've done it before, you've done plenty of them, you know what you're doing, da da da, and I have to tell myself I'm going to be fine. There's still things in my head. I'm thinking, how can I muck this up? How am I going to say something inappropriate? Am I going to upset someone? Am I going to say something that might be considered bitchy or whatever? And I have to sit here and go, whoa, because sometimes
Agreed,
I
mate.
don't know. So
you mentioned that you do YouTube and people ask you how you can do it with all the distractions and everything and the stimuli. You do it because you chose a very passionate topic. You do it because it's important to you and you want to do it, and you're doing it despite all of that.
Yes, and this is the thing, that we all have our passions. This is the thing. I'm not trying to say, that we shouldn't have our own interests and stuff. Like, of course we should, and that's why we're all on here. And the thing is, people need to hear stories because we need positivity. As I was saying earlier, the more positive we can be with our stories and our channels and our experiences, you don't know what kind of person you could help. Because when I came to YouTube, I was very upset. I was very messed up. I was angry. I was stressed out. I was in denial. I was hurt. I felt backstabbed on my own family. And it was just like, oh, now I've got this label in my head. Screw you. And I kind of denied it. And then all of a sudden I was like, hold on a minute. Maybe I should look into it. And I did. And it's been the best thing for me. YouTube is my form of kind of therapy, counseling. It's kind of, I escape from this world that is hard for me and crappy. And then YouTube, I'm like, okay, woohoo, everything's party and I can chill and I don't have to worry about all the sensory shit that I go through.
Yeah.
I think you're empathetic. I think you are sincere and genuine. I think you try to be very informative to
I try.
to the autistic community. You're a phenomenal person, and somebody mentioned it, and I apologize for whoever's in the chat that wrote it. I can't remember who it was, but somebody said that they said something along the lines that they wanted to see you 10 years from now and to see how far you've come between then and now, or now and then, because you've come a long way in just the last couple of years. And I have to agree with that statement. I can't
10
wait to see
years?
where you're going to be at in another 10 years. Yeah, it was something along those lines.
Yeah.
Don't quote me.
Wow, 10 years you've been on YouTube?
Budget, is that you or is that a troll trying to come on my channel? Because I can't. Oh, it is Budget. Okay. There we
Oh,
go.
in your basement?
So, man, take care, buddy.
Hey, Brian!
Hello.
Alright, hold on.
Harvey.
I got something crazy going on there.
Oh, my goodness.
I've been
What's
live
the
for nearly
teaser
2
there?
hours. What the hell? I never go for this long, ever.
Hey, BBK how you doing?
See, brother, look, I'm going for 2 hours. I never
Hello,
go this
BBK,
long.
RV.
Like, I never cope this long for 2 hours. Like, never. Take care, Toy Man Ron. Have a good one, friend.
See you, Toy Man.
Oh, it's Meep's
Okay,
Music who said it, and it was 20 years, but I noticed leaps and bounds in just 12 months. I'll be on here, I'll be celebrating my 7th anniversary on January the 4th. So, yeah, I've been on here 7 years in January, which is crazy. It's kind of like, it'll be 10 years since my diagnosis in January too, so that's weird. It's like, where's that? I was diagnosed at 25, I'm 33 now, so yeah, it's kind of, I've come a long way in a short. Oh, you make me feel hungry. Think Dragon, Jason. You know, I already did. I was greedy. I did have a pizza, and then I did have like a chocolate brownie straight after that. So I've kind of been greedy today. Well, yesterday.
Well, I've already had my
Burger
dinner,
King.
yeah.
Budget,
Well,
is
my
your
brother has Burger King.
Your sound and picture's gone, buddy. Let me remove you. You can come back up. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I went and got my booster shot tonight, so I treated myself to some Burger King.
Oh, that must have been fun.
How
That must have been fun.
No.
How are you feeling?
I hate needles.
Yeah, me and you both.
Right now,
I
I'm
love
feeling okay.
needles.
My arm's a little sore, but other than that, I'm doing okay.
I was going to say, because I remember when I had my second injection that I had, oh my God. The first one I was alright. It kind of took me 3 or 4 days to get a reaction to it. And then the second one, within literally about, 3 hours of having it done, oh my God. I lost my sense of smell, sense of taste. I had a headache for 4 days. It sucked. Let's re-add Brian to the stream. Hopefully I can see him again. Hello, Brian.
I can see him.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back, BBK.
Hey,
I
brother.
don't know
How you doing?
but every few seconds it
Okay, Think
keeps
Dragon.
locking up.
Much love, Jason.
Well, we can hear you so far and see you.
Yes.
I'm having this best
You guys
stream
are
ever
all
because
frozen.
I'm not.
Though I can hear you.
I'm not frozen.
I'm not frozen. I'm moving. Look.
For me,
Yeah, so am I.
me, all of you are. Although I can hear you.
Like I'm
We
not. I must say,
we
like,
hear a bit of a robotic.
yeah, Brian, you're
robotic
a bit robotic, bro.
Yeah, a bit.
Like, if it wasn't for you three guys, like, I wouldn't be on live this long. Like, I don't go live for more than an hour usually because I get friggin' anxious and end up ending it usually. But you guys are making it more easier for me and fun. So if it wasn't for you guys, I probably would have gone a long time ago.
Well, you're welcome.
Like, I don't live this long, so woohoo!
All right, let's see what happens if
Everybody
I do that.
likes the fire.
See, I've got 3 guys. I'm going to promote these guys right now. If you guys in the chat don't know Gills, Sterling Silver, and Budget Bushcraft, or Brian, aka Brian, please go and sub to their channels, guys. You are mods in here, so you can drop your links in here and let people connect to you because you guys are special and you do a lot for me and the community in general. So if you guys, these guys need a lot more support than I do. Trust me. These guys work their asses off too, as well as what I do. So they need to be supported
just
too.
as much as we do, Gemma.
Yeah.
As Gemma knows, Meeks as well as Gemma knows, I'm Asperger's, but I'm also 59. I've had longer to learn and modify and recalibrate. Hence my 20-year past and my surprise about the changes. This is the thing. Like, we mask, and I kind of I call it my secret strategy because I've had to learn to be supposedly normal for like nearly 30 years of my life. And I've always been told, don't make a scene, don't play up, like don't step out of line. I've always been told to behave myself and do the correct thing. And I'm like, how much more do I have to do this for? Because I'm not normal, clearly. I fidget like hell. I'm socially inappropriate and awkward. Like, I'm not the standard normal person. And it shouldn't be looked at as that. None of us are normal, and that irritates me because people are, oh, just act normal. I'm sorry, what? What? So I don't like the word normal. I can't stand it. The amount of times I have to grit my teeth and go, here we go again, because someone is assuming that they think they know better than me, and it's like, no, you actually don't.
Yeah, why would they think that?
Because someone is assuming that.
Oh, we hear an echo on your side, BBK.
Whoa, that's loud.
Yeah.
Is that me?
Hello,
Brian, you're echoing badly, robotic. I think your internet's playing up.
Yeah, yours.
Oh, heard that loud and clear.
We heard you loud and clear that time.
So did I.
Try and talk, Brian. Try and talk
Damn.
again. It's gone away, and then you can. Hopefully, we fixed it. Brian. Brian.
Yeah, let me. I'm gonna back out and come back.
I can hear you now.
You sound great right now. Don't
sound
well,
great now.
Yeah, so now we heard you loud and clear.
You sound great now.
How did it?
We just don't see you. We see your icon, but
yeah, he's fine. He's
problem is,
I think it's his video that causes him to break down. I think
I keep losing your guys' video feeds.
Okay. Guys, if you don't know Budget Bushcraft, you really do need to know him too. He does a lot of outdoors things, and I've known Budget pretty much since the beginning of my channel. I met him through the Michael Fire Jr. channel, and Budget's been my constant support. He's been my brother for as far long as I can remember, and I just automatically connected with him. He took a really good interest in me and has supported me. He's been here when I've had my severe meltdowns, and same as Gil. Yeah. They've been here when I've wanted to quit several times. They've gone, where do you think you're going? I'm done. No, you're not. And they've both gone, nope, you're not going anywhere. And nearly 7 years later, I'm still here. So if it wasn't for people like Gil and Budget and you, Stone Silver, and a few other people, I wouldn't be here. Lunatic Dad is another one. Which I must say, Lunatic Dad, if you're lurking in the background, I know you're having a really difficult time right now because he unfortunately has had to say goodbye to his mum. His mum passed away a few days ago, and yeah, he's not coping so well. So, Lunatic Dad, if you are in the background, Larry, my prayers and thoughts are with you and the family, and know that I love you, and I'll contact you in due course to have a chat. But yeah. I didn't forget about you. I haven't. So if he's lurking in the background, I just want him to know that I do care about him. I know he's had a bit of a rough time of it. So, yeah. And Meep says, I'm done. No, not yet. Haha. Meep, I'm no way near done yet. I have loads of asses to kick. I've got politicians to speak to. I've got friggin' more poems to upload. I've got friggin' poems for YouTubers that I need to do. I still got Gil's one to drop in my upload. So I did him a poem like a year and a bit ago, and I still haven't uploaded it. Which I still got it in my folder.
Went to Sam's Club and got the bulk order of whoop ass on this year. She's gonna kick some butt, man.
I'm kicking asses. I'm kicking people who need to
names. You're doing a great
educate themselves because they're idiots and they're morons and people like police officers and people who don't know better, who should know better. And I'm
straight.
And also because I'm going to be doing a special video in tribute of the late Creators Alliance. If you guys didn't know a channel called Creators Alliance, aka Jeff, he sadly passed away in May, very, very young, at the age of 34, of a cardiac arrest and a few other problems, and was very, very ill for a while. So I'll be doing a tribute stream to him near Christmas, just to give his family a bit of a tribute to help them out. But yeah, he passed away at the age of 34. I was very, very close to him, and we spent a lot of time together. So on YouTube, he was kind of my best friend. He kind of guided me on streaming and stuff like that. So welcome back, Brian. How you doing?
I'm back, but y'all are frozen on my end, so there's got to be something weird going on.
Okay, I'm not frozen on my end because I'm moving.
Yeah, we're moving.
Everyone's moving on my end.
It's most likely
it's got to be a YouTube glitch because everyone's moving on my end. I can see everyone moving and like their heads are going. And when Sterling moves, I can see everyone
moving so much.
Everyone's moving. So, but look at this, guys. We're nearly at 2 hours, and I'm sitting here already like still knowing. I'm buzzing. Woohoo!
Well, I hate to break it to you on that part, but for one, my phone is almost dead. But I also gotta head over. Oh, we just lost Gil. But yeah, I gotta hit.
His phone probably died. That's all right. It's fine. No worries.
I gotta hit the night. Got another day's work, but thanks for having me up, Gemma. Really good to see you and see you.
You too, Stenson. Take care of yourself, buddy.
And have a good night and happy holidays, Jeff.
You too. And Gil's now coming back. There we go. Add my brother back to the stream.
I don't know.
Welcome back, brother.
Did you kick me out?
No, I didn't. I didn't touch anything. Literally, you dipped out, and I'm like, huh? And then all of a sudden you reappeared. So I don't know what happened there. It wasn't me. My hands are nowhere near my keyboard.
On its way out too.
My laptop and keyboard is like over here, and I'm like way back over here. Like there's no way I can touch it. There's literally I'm nowhere near my keyboard. So
I trust you, Gemma. I knew you wouldn't hang up on me.
Hell no. That'd be a bitch move. Sister. Hell no, that'd be a bitch move on my part. Hell no. Like literally, like I can demonstrate how far I am from my keyboard. Literally, like I'm on the other half of my sofa. My laptop's literally on the other half of the sofa. There's literally probably about half a foot between me and my laptop.
It's all good. But I do gotta go because I think my phone's about to die.
Okay, love you, brother.
I love you too. Budget Bushcraft, seriously, it's really good to see you again, man.
Thanks, Gil. Coming up, love you.
All right, you too, man.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. So, guys, this is the amazing veteran, my amazing brother, Brian, Budget Bushcraft. And he has a good, awesome cat called Dee Dee. So I'm going to let Budget talk about it.
She is not an awesome cat.
Most of the time she is.
Some of the time she is.
Budget, do you want to tell people about yourself who may not know you?
I am a 54-year-old Air Force veteran who purchased an RV with the intent of traveling around the country, had a motorcycle accident, shattered my right side of my body, leaving me stuck here in East Central Indiana. I like to go out and camp and do some bushcrafting, and I have a horrible, evil cat who keeps attempting to injure me.
Yeah, unfortunately, Brian's cat recently has caused Brian some really bad, not nice injuries, and he's, bless his heart, I'm surprised he's actually up here because of the injuries he actually has got, and I am thankful he is up here, but I do worry about him exerting himself because he has got a lot of bad injuries. Hey, growers! How you doing? Yes, me.
Me, absolutely. It is nearly impossible for me to get in to see a doctor without the assistance of, over here we call it Care Source. They are a veteran supporting company that helps with medical assistance where I don't actually have to go to the Veterans Administration to be seen by a doctor. They work something out, and works out pretty well. They take care of all my medical expenses, and then they deal with billing the Veterans Administration for their services.
Yeah, Brian is an inspiration to me because Brian, like I said, he's been with me a long time since the beginning of my channel, and he was one of the ones that actually got into contact with me and took a chance on me and has had my back constantly when other people have kind of run off, and he's always been here through thick and thin with me, and I'm lucky to call him my brother because at the time I was very immature and very pain in the ass and obsessive and needy, and he's always answered my questions and been there for me and supports me, and I speak to him a lot offline, like nearly trying on a weekly occurrence. We will connect a couple of times a week and speak to each other and hang out. And yeah, I love Brian to bits. He's my big brother, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And things that he's done for me, I will never be able to thank him enough for what he's done for me. He's done some stuff that I would never expect people to do, and yeah, he's just an amazing person. And the fact that he's a veteran makes it more powerful because I have veterans in my family. So veterans is a very special place with me, especially with my grandfather being a World War II vet and my grandmother serving in the RAF. Like I said earlier, she was but back in her time, she served on the planes, testing to make sure the engines and everything worked properly, and she was the only female in her whole branch. So yeah, she was in a very male dominated industry, but at the same time she was seen as one of the lads. She was treated as one of the service people. So yeah, veterans is a very passionate thing of mine. I will be doing a stream for veterans at some point next year with Brian as well, and I'm actually going to be going over to the States and meeting Brian in person during the summer, and we're going to be doing some live streaming. I'm sure there'll be a lot of photos and me annoying the shit out of Brian.
Don't count yourself out as an individual. Everybody annoys the shit out of me.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I can laugh about it.
Not for very long, but at least, 2-3 minutes out of a 24-hour period, somebody's going to annoy the shit out of me.
Maybe you won't get me a strike saying that the veterans, patriots are the real hits. Of course they are. Like, Brian is a real patriot veteran. He served. He's still very active within his VA service, and they are, of course, the patriots are the ones to be respected, and the veterans get a lot of stick. That annoys me. Me and Bob have had this debate multiple times on different channels and on phone calls. Like, I have the highest of respect for veterans. Brian knows that I get pissed off when people have said stuff to my granddad. My granddad, unfortunately, has severe dementia. He's in a care home. And I've had people spit at him. I've had people say some really mucked up shit to my grandfather. I'm just like, how dare you? You don't know what he's been through. That man's gone through some awful stuff I'll never be able to go through. And to see how the veterans are treated here and over in the States, it's just disgusting. Like today, yesterday I went out to meet my friend, and there was a veteran selling some RAF badges. So I brought one. And I talked to him, and this young guy, probably a couple of years younger than me, not by much, comes up to him and tips the box all over the floor. And if you clearly see this veteran was in a wheelchair, and that got my blood boiled. I was just like, dude, what the, and I bent down, picked all of them up, put them back in the bag and sealed all the box up and everything else. And this veteran was crying, like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, he's a veteran trying to sell RAF badges. What the fuck? Like, why? Why would you do that to someone who's doing the world a good thing, and then you come along and kick him down? Why? I don't get it.
Because people are idiots, and if you haven't experienced it, you don't. It's like being in a college fraternity where if you've not been in one, you don't understand the bonding and camaraderie and things that come along with being on a team.
Yeah.
Like that. And then the way that we are training the youth of today, they don't get it and probably never will.
No, exactly. It's like I watched this stream just to kind of chill and talk about things. I'm like, you know what? I haven't streamed properly in ages, and I was like, you know what? I just felt like going live and having my friends up and chilling out because I miss streaming. But I don't do it that much because of my anxiety and the fact that Brian knows that I don't cope well and I get very overwhelmed, and especially with the past instances I've had with people trolling the bejesus out of me and saying some awful shit about me. So when I do start streaming again, like now, I feel good to do it because I haven't had the thought of feeling crappy about myself or doubting myself. But Brian, I don't stream that often. Like, I probably stream twice a month, if that. Usually, I end up deleting one of them because I end up either going wrong or something happens. I delete it, but this one's gonna be staying up because I'm happy with the stream and the fact that I know there's been nothing wrong said on it. So, yeah. Exactly, Pammy. That you put a good point. Like you said about PTSD. This is the thing. Again, that's seen as a hidden condition because PTSD isn't always obvious. It's something that's in the brain. It's something that doesn't come out physically unless there's certain triggers. I know with like Brian, we've talked about this before, and his triggers are a bit more obvious. Like I can sense when he's having a bad day. Like I can tell by the way he'll look at me or he'll do a certain body movement. I'm like, okay, he's not doing too well. He's having a bit of a bad day, and I can read him about it. But a lot of people you don't notice because you don't know unless they present it to you. It's very difficult. Like with me and my autism, I'm very good at hiding when I get stressed until when Brian is like, Gemma, I'm like, yeah, you're not doing well, are you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. No, you're not. And then all of a sudden, I'll just stiffen up and get stressed, and I'm like, no, I'm really not coping. Nope. And then, boom, boom, I end my stream, or if I've been on a panel, I'm like, I need to go now. Right now, I need a phone call. What now? Yes, now. And then I often end up on the phone with him going, brother, what the fuck did I do? So he knows me too well in that aspect. But Brian has his own triggers, and I try and help him through that. And, you know, I try and be there for him because I'm his sister. I want to help him, and I want to make sure that he doesn't have to struggle by himself. Because I've seen on phone calls where he has struggled, and it kills me because I want to help him get through it.
Let me expand on Pammy's comment about the PTSD.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for
it. A lot of people seem to think that the only way that you can suffer from PTSD is if you saw combat. If you were in the middle of the desert in one of those countries in the Middle East, that if you were part of combat, you suffer from stressful things. It maybe in your future, but at some point you suffer from bad dreams and stress from horrible things that you may have physically seen. But people don't realize that there were people that supported those actions.
Yeah.
Maybe in another service who were, let's say, locked up in a vault somewhere, and you were responsible for sending military strikes, but weren't actually in the sand, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then there are people who that structure of being in the military, regardless of your position, when you separate from the military, and you no longer have that I hate to use two words twice, but if you have gotten used to that structure,
yeah,
and then you're just, even if by choice you're torn away from that, in other words, you put 4, 5, 6 years in and you can't take the stress anymore and you get out,
yeah,
you can still suffer from PTSD from that separation of that
yeah, of
lifestyle.
course. Yeah.
And people don't understand, some of us that have been diagnosed with it, that we needed that structure but didn't realize it and got out, and then all of a sudden hitting the real world again is stressful to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people don't understand that, and then people will go, you couldn't possibly have PTSD because you weren't in the thick of it. Well, some of us were in the thick of it through computers rather than with a gun.
Still counts.
And it still should count, but there are people who didn't experience it at all who feel the need to give you their opinion, even though they had nothing. Absolutely. Hey, you're flipping burgers and serving French fries at McDonald's. Your opinion doesn't count, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like people don't realize that PTSD, like I have similar problems to PTSD. That my anxieties and were also caused by like Brian knows. I got run over about what 13, 14 years ago now, and I have certain PTSD issues, like when a car comes into my driveway or I'm out in public, and Brian knows like when I've been overwhelmed by ambulance lights or fire engine lights or the sirens, and I literally will stop dead in my tracks, and all of a sudden I just freeze. I can't move. I feel like I've got people trying to constrain me. And I said to Brian, I don't know what to do, because it's also, it's like that consumes me. I get the vibration go through my body. I get the noise. I get the overwhelm of just feeling like I'm trapped in this situation, and it vibrates and vibrates and vibrates through my head and my body for hours on end. And I'm sitting going, ow, can't. And people are like, oh, just snap out of it. No, can't. My body hurts. I'm in pain. Don't know why. My fucking head hurts me like hell. And people are like, oh, just snap out of it. That's not how it works. It's a trigger. It's an overwhelm. It's sensory input. Again, it's about trying to distract myself to try and get myself out. But at that point, I can't, because when you're in that trapped moment and all you can hear is noise and you've got lights and they're bright and they sting at you and they're friggin' feel hot, like they're burning your eye sockets out. How can I get out of it? I can't, because my head and my brain are going, trigger. And then I get stuck because I can't see no way out. And Brian gets that too. Like, and I sit and I'm like, there's days where I've been on a phone call with Brian and I've heard a fire engine or police car go past, and I'm like, I'll be all right in a minute, brother. And I've had to sit there and go, oh my God, ow. Because I've heard it not just go past me, but it's the noise. It's like constant ringing. I can hear it for like hours afterwards. I'm thinking going, well, I can hear this woo, woo, woo going past me. And I'm like, that was like 10, 15 minutes ago, but I can still hear it traveling. It's like it travels in my head for like hours afterwards until I finally get that trigger to go, nope, no more. And then I'll get rid of it. But it takes me hours to shut down from it because my brain doesn't process it. And it sucks. I get what he means with PTSD, because it's noise, it's trigger, it's stress, it's anxiety, and you don't know how to stop it, because how do you feel in that moment? You don't. Your body goes complete shutdown. It's, you feel like you're being suffocated. Like with me, I feel like I can't breathe. I'm sitting here and I often will feel like my throat's closing up, or my shoulders go up, or my body's just like, and then I feel like I can't move because everything's just locked up. I get that a lot, and it's painful, because there's days like when I went out with my dad yesterday, and this military car went past us, and the noise from the engine of that car, holy crap! Literally, this car just went past us, like, zzz, and all of a sudden, all I could see was the lights on it flashing, and I had to sit there and go, oh my eyes, and I had to sit here literally crying. I was in so much distress, I didn't know what to do, because again, it's the lights that trigger my PTSD, so it's not good.
Right, and the odd part is that those of us who kind of suffer from it don't exploit it.
No.
I don't consider myself to be an Air Force veteran who suffers from PTSD.
No.
If I talk to my doctors about it, yeah, but it's not unless we're having a discussion like this, I never bring it up.
No, but like I said to you, Brian, like I've asked you to bring this kind of stuff up because, again, people don't know about you and people like you unless you talk about it. Because again, it's the hidden stereotypes. You guys, the military, the veterans, your story doesn't get highlighted enough, and you don't get enough respect. And I want to make sure veterans have their voices, because without you guys, our country wouldn't be as strong and secure as what they are. You guys put your lives on the line. You guys lost people, and for that, we never can take that back. You guys have seen things, done things that we'll never be able to understand. So for me, it's just a case of making sure you veterans, you guys, have your voices heard and your experiences shared, because you need to be heard, and it's about time you were, because a lot of people face it, disrespect you, and it makes my blood boil.
I usually just attribute it to people that don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yes, I'm still live, Gil. I'm still live at 2 hours and 20 minutes, which I never go this long. So, but I'm with my brother, so I'm good. I'm happy. I'm super calm in the fact that I've got an energy drink on the floor, which is half empty. So I've been drinking that. It's like, by the end of the day, we need to be talking more about this stuff, because if we don't, people are going to be forgotten and not listened to. And I want to make sure that Budget has his voice heard, because he has a lot to offer and he has a lot more knowledge than what I have. And the thing is, he's just as important as what I am. Like, he's gone through stuff that I can never deal with, and the fact that he's just an inspiration to me, period. He's someone that needs to have his voice heard. He's done a lot to help a lot of people on this platform. So he is my inspiration. He's someone that when I go meet him next year, I'm gonna so annoy him, but in a sister way, because I'm gonna give him hugs, and I'm gonna be able to actually hug him in person and actually stand next to my brother. I'm gonna be friggin' short ass next to him, but
I'll teach you how to build a fire from a stick and a cotton ball.
Yeah, Gil Skills, BBK is a vet. Yeah, he served and he's in the US. So yeah, if you don't know Budget, you really should. He's going to teach me some really awesome stuff. I can't wait. I'm excited, and I'm also going to meet Gil Skills as well. Try and schedule a meet out with him as well, and a few others, and people like Yankee Outdoors as well. Green Spreaders, I need to give a shout out to as well. And if you're always Lunatic Dad, obviously I need to give him a shout out too. These guys are the original guys that have been with me since day one. And if it wasn't for people like Budget, I wouldn't be here, because these guys have seen me at my worst. Like, they've seen me when I've really, royally screwed up.
Yeah, but that's expected until you learn how to, or at least through some people's advice, get out and do certain stuff. I remember that the first time you went to an Aldi's.
Oh God, yeah.
Damn near 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That we were, at least those of us who knew you or cared, thought that was just a huge step. And look where you're at now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if it wasn't for Budget and Michael, I wouldn't have done my vlogs out in the first supermarket. Like, the thought of vlogging, I was like, huh? I remember being so uncomfortable, but I did it. And like now, I don't think nothing of it. Like, if I go out now, where's my camera? Where's my tripod? And I pack it in my bag, and it's second nature to me. Like now, if I go camping or if I go away for a few days, I'm like, oh, make sure I take my tripod, my camera, make sure that I've got extra batteries, and I take things with me just to make sure I have something to talk about. And it wasn't people like Brian, I wouldn't be here because he is an immense part of my channel and my brother, and he means the world to me. Like, if I wasn't people like him, I wouldn't be as strong as what I am, because he's taught me a lot of stuff that I didn't know about YouTube and myself. Like, you know, I was very insecure when I met Brian. I was very needy, obsessive, demanding, spoiled brat. And I can be honest about that. I was a fucking nightmare. I know who I was. I could
you were very. I would say more that you were insecure and
oh god, yeah, 100%.
Overly conscious about what other people thought about you, and
yep,
it may have taken a couple of people or half a dozen people of trying to help you to learn how to tell other people to go screw themselves, rather than let them get to you.
oh god, yeah. That's the thing that I struggle with. And I still do a little bit, but not as much. I think I found my niche. I started finding the people who actually care about me and have stuck with me. And now here I am with you guys supporting me. And that means the world to me, because I do struggle with friendships. And now I know there is actual people who I class as family. They're not just friends. Like Budget is always going to be my brother. And some of the stuff that he's helped me with, I'm like, damn, not even my own family in real life would help me with this. Like, I've had more help from my online family than I have my real life blood family. Like, let's be honest. Like, half my family don't know half the stuff that I've done on YouTube. Like, I mention it to them, they're like, oh, would you let Gemma get on with it? Like, they don't care. They couldn't care less. Like, they don't. Like, my family said, oh, well, that's your thing, Gemma, you know. And they don't care at all. They just leave me to it. I've shown them videos like, why do we need to watch this? Because to educate yourself. Like, they do not care. So, you know, it is what it is.
That's because at some point people don't understand that you need everybody needs people.
Hey, Sunflower. Yeah.
In their life. And there are people, God forbid my family, are always like, you don't need to be putting your personal crap out there. Well,
oh god, yeah, I've had that.
But sometimes it helps me.
Yeah, it's therapy. It's self-therapy. It's confidence. It's acknowledgement of that you're doing something good for the world. And that's what people don't realize is that it's something that you're good at and that you know you can do. And you know, it's a form of how we cope. Like, to me, it's my expression. It's how I would let my anxieties out, how I let my meltdown symptoms calm down. Like, I can sit here and tell you that I'm freaking proud of myself because I've come a long way in 6 years. I've learned to, you know, calm down and de-stress myself and not let people get to me as much. And yes, sure, it's been a life lesson, it has, but you know, it's a case of you know, getting to talk to people. And I'm just trying to figure out the poem that I was going to read to you. Where's it gone? Let me get it. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Yeah, me and Brian had this chat about this poem. I wrote this about a year or so ago when I was talking to Brian on a Facebook call. He'll probably remember it now when I bring it up. He'll be like, oh, Boomer's coming up. Howdy. Hey, Boomer.
Hello.
How you doing?
Oh, that's good.
What's the matter?
How you been? Oh, I'm just tired and drained.
Well, chill out and listen to some poetry, brother, and give us some input, brother, of what you've been up to.
Same old, same old.
So this poem here is called The Reality of Autism. And it says, the reality of autism is a spectrum of different needs and severities. Severities are where you identify on the spectrum, where people often assume I can't have it. Because again, I'm female. Female, I mask my struggles to appear as normal, so that society sees me as conforming to what they expect. Expect me to not have any struggles that seem visible because I hide behind a mask every day. Every day because I want to be accepted and not criticised because I'm different. Difference should be celebrated and praised. The reality of autism every day is exhausting for me. Exhausting experiencing anxiety and heightened senses that constantly overloading me so much to meltdown, shut down, not being able to express how I'm feeling or to trigger the reason why. The reality of autism is complicated with many emotions. Emotions unable to separate as the feelings blur into one, not being able to read anyone's body language. Body language, people are so confusing. Why can't they just be true and honest with me to the point? The reality of autism affects me with sensory noises, to food, to smell, to touch and taste. How to express how each of these makes me feel. Feelings is complicated, the puzzle of many processes. But the reality of autism is a gift, a blessing of seeing the world that needs to learn a unique lesson of how to treat me. It's always I'm the odd one out looking in from the outside. I'm sure Budget remembers that one because we wrote that together on a Facebook call.
Yep.
I remember I told Budget about it. He was like, "What are you writing, Gemma?" I'm like, "Yeah, give me a minute." And I remember telling him, he's like, "Whoa!" I remember him like looking at me on the Facebook call. I was like, "Uh-oh." I was like, the way he looked at me, I was like, "Oh shit." And he's like, "No, it's really good." And I was just like, "Really?" And I remember sitting there panicking about it. I was like, "Uh-oh, did I upset him? I remember sitting there in my head going, "Gemma, I think you might have triggered him." I'm like, I was so worried about even putting that out there because at the time I was just like, uh-oh, did I say something stupid again? So I get really worried about putting my poetry out because a lot of it, like I said before, is dark. It is deep and triggering, and a lot of my words are from my head when I'm not in a good place. So I try and be careful what I say because of how I am. But Boomer, hello.
Well, what you gotta keep in mind though is it's for you, nobody else. So you gotta say what you gotta say, despite what anyone else feels or thinks about it. Because it's not about them. It's not for them. It's about you and for you.
Yes.
So hang whatever anybody else has to say about it.
No, exactly. And like also what people don't know about Boomer as well, Boomer's been with me from day one. Like Boomer has been having my back constantly. And what people don't know about Boomer is he is also a veteran and he's a very talented artist, poet, and paranormal guy.
But it
So
ain't about me.
yes, it is. It's about you guys on my panel. It's about the people
No,
who I care about, who are my family.
you didn't catch that. You know that the whole "it ain't about you" thing that I started a few years ago about John, where
Yes.
everybody turned it around on me. It was a
Yes, brother.
joke. I was saying, now everybody says, "Oh, it ain't all about you, Boomer," because I started that about somebody else years ago. So.
Yes, you did, brother. Yes, you did. Because I remember you corrected me about that several times. You're like, Gemma, I'm like, what, brother? You're like, it's not all about me. I'm like, yeah, but you're like, Gemma, I'm like, okay, I get it. I stop the public praise. I be quiet because I know Boomer doesn't like me giving him too much public praise. So I'm doing well to keep my praise to a minimum. I've got it down to a T over the years. Hey, Moose Girl, how you doing? And Gills, and he says Boomer D rocks.
What's that? I can't see the chat. Who's that?
Gil says, Boomer D rocks, I'm just saying.
Oh, thanks, Gil. You rock too, bro.
And then Meep says to me,
Yo,
Gemma, the only thing I'll disagree with you on is that you are not the odd one out. You are the way that people were meant to be. Yes and no, Meep, because the problem is, again, it comes to society and the way they see me and treat me. Like, the amount of times I get told that I'm not autistic or that I don't act autistic or that I don't present myself in the typical autistic ways because, oh, I'm clever and whatever else.
that's
But like I said,
another prime example of how autism affects certain people, no matter what end of the spectrum they're on. They are automatically going to take everything personally. It's just it's just that way. I mean, somebody says something, makes a general statement. Somebody like Gemma is going to take it personally. You know, they take everything as a personal attack, and that's one of the problems with it that most people don't understand. You know.
Hey, awesome epic, Bree and Tony, how you doing? Good to see you. Good day to down. Oh, good morning, I think, to you guys. I think because you're like 10 hours in front of me right now. So what? It's 2 a.m. for me. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Lunchtime. Good afternoon to awesome epic down in the Aussie land. And hello, Joran. Good morning. Early morning to you. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing, Joran? Good to see you. But Boomer is awesome. Boomer does a lot of really good artist work, and also he's very good with paranormal stuff too.
Queen dropped the word awesome because that kind of indicates that I'm something that's beyond normal, and I'm not. I'm not awesome. I'm just another guy who has certain talents.
Yes, you are awesome in my opinion, but yes, I'll drop the word for you, brother, because there is a bit.
Some of them are appreciated, some of them not so much. I'm just another guy trying to keep my head above water and, just use my time on this rock as well as I possibly can, just like anybody else. I'm here, then I'm gone, just like anybody else.
I know, but I like to give my brothers a shout out. I like to get them to promote themselves and share their experiences. And you're just important as well as what I am. Like my panelists, my family are just as important or more important than me sometimes. And you guys deserve a lot more praise because you're both veterans. You've both done things and seen things, and you make this world a better place. People like you make this world a lot more easy to live in it because if it wasn't for people like you, this world would suck. Let's be honest.
Oh my God, who allowed her in here?
Go Fishy!
But you did spell that kind of right in your second comment there, Fishy.
She's put brain. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, Fishy, that's funny. You call him brain. That's funny. I'm going to use that as a nickname now. I'm going to nick it from you, Fishy. And I'm going to call him Brain as a nickname. That's funny.
Yeah, Brian.
His name is Brian.
We're going to start referring to the cat as Pinky.
Yeah, but guys, so what I was doing was I was reading some poetry earlier, and look at this folder. Like, this has over 200 poems in it. Like, all the ones that I've written over the last 3 years that I've gone through, all the different kind of moods and, like I said, all the different kind of subject areas. And there's some ones that I've not shown because a lot of them have different dark themes, and a lot of my poetry is emotions based, so a lot of it is a case of when I get upset or anxious or when I'm in a bad time, I sit here and write my poetry out and basically describe my struggles and what I go through and some of the bullying I've had over the past years on social media, off social media, what we want to call it. There's a lot of things that yeah, that I've gone through in the past. And so this poem here, I'm actually going to read these two poems here that I want to read to you guys. That one and that one. Right, because these two are important messages. How, Boomer?
No, I was just saying hello to Shadow.
Oh, okay. No worries. As I said, I didn't want to miss something you were saying to me, so I was trying to catch the message of how people see it and whatnot. So that one.
Hey, Gemma.
Yes, brother.
May I be allowed to address something that Boomer said?
Yes, brother.
A couple minutes ago.
Yes, brother.
He was being very humble about his talents.
Yes.
That is something that I notice about the decent people, veteran status, or just people that are friends of yours. You don't see that all the time, but it's part of your community.
Yes.
That the decent people are the humble people. If that makes sense.
Yes, they are, absolutely. But that's why I love both of you guys so much.
You could blame that on my grandmother, or give credit to my grandmother, that or whatever. She was the one that always bestowed that in me. That just because she had sayings like, just because you have the power don't mean you have to use it.
Right.
Oh wow, I had that in years.
Talent, you don't have to brag about it. I mean, she's the one that always would tell me, remain humble, and you'll go further, or. But it's just, I mean, that's the way I see it. Just because I have it, don't mean I have to, uh, you know, announce it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I
flaunt
mean,
it.
do what I do because I do it, not for anything.
Hey, Howie.
Howie!
There's no hidden agenda for me. I say what I feel like I need to say at the time. I do what I do, and just that's the way it should be. Like
Absolutely. That's why you
it
two are my
doesn't get,
brothers, because you're
it
both.
doesn't get any further in life to be a someone who gloats about themselves all the time. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Correct.
you're not going to get any further in life with that than you are if you're, all it's going to do is agitate people.
Yeah, like, I know. I've had this mistake on YouTube several times, like where I've gone into streams and like promoted myself. I remember one of the first times I went to Boomer's stream, and I was very stupid and didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I started promoting myself. I remember Boomer saying, well, actually, you should greet the host first, and da da da." And I was like, "Oh, oops, okay."
Well, yeah, I mean that just goes along with etiquette, proper etiquette.
Yeah, but I
when
didn't know
you
that at the
go
time.
to
I
a
was
person's
just
house, when you go to a person's house, you know, whether you're invited to a party or if you're visiting or whatever, the first person you should greet is
the
the
host.
house, the household, head
Yeah,
of the household, whether it be the mother, the father, or whoever.
yeah,
It's just proper etiquette, and then carry on with what you're going to carry on with, after you've done the proper thing. I
yeah.
mean, when you
Fine, you
go
okay?
when you go to a channel, first person you should acknowledge is the host and say hi. I do a general overall. When
Yeah,
I come in, I say, hey, hey, hey. Okay, that is, hey, host, hey, panel, hey.
chat.
Because
Yeah,
I'm a man of a few words for the most part. I just say, hey to everybody and
uh,
kind of blanket everything.
Yeah.
But because it got too much typing to say, oh, hello so and so, hello so and so, hello. I'm lazy.
Yeah, I get it.
But I do, just if you gotta say hey to the host, and then say hey to the panel, and say hey to the chat, include everybody. You know, that's just the way it should be. It's just proper etiquette.
Yeah, absolutely. Who are we missing? Blue Forest Permaculture. Howie! How you doing? You right, Brian? Oh, where was that come from? Ah. Hello?
I don't know.
But yeah, I'm going to read a couple of poems that I want to quickly read before I end the stream because I have been live these 3 hours, which is massive for me. So,
Wow.
yeah, I don't go live this long ever. So I'm quite proud of myself for that. But this one's called Part of This World. It says, I wish I could be part of this world where you think this girl has everything. Everything you have no idea that I'm feeling isolated. In this world I don't belong. In this world that judges me and tries to make me be part of a conform of this world where I'm still the odd one out. I may seem and act like I have everything but hidden away behind a mask. So it seems that I don't struggle in this world, where the world every day is busy. Busy, I want to be where everybody is, but known I'll never fit in. I have so many questions to explore this journey of the many collections that I have that people don't understand. It's no big deal. Still walking around seeing the world differently, wishing I could be part of the world. When every day, when can it be my turn to be accepted and understood? Understood so I can be part of this world while I'm searching for my place. When will it be my turn and be finally free, wishing I could just be part of this world and be who I am? Be part of this world that makes beautiful things, but seeing me from the outside, from the unique lens. This world needs to change. You may think I have everything, but truly, I just want to be free and be part of this world like you are.
Hoorah.
And basically, you're probably thinking, why the hell did you write that, Gemma? I wrote this. It was just after my grandma died, and I was really upset and angry because no one had bothered to tell me she was ill at the time. It wasn't till 2 weeks before she died that I was actually told it was game over and there'd be no way of her getting better. And I was just like, screw this, it sucks. And I sat here and wrote this and basically put my emotions, instead of being angry for my grandma dying and leaving me, I decided to write it in a poem that she would be pleased about and kind of channel my anger into a form of energy. And yeah, and that's kind of a poem I've never shared yet because it's something that I'm planning on putting out next week when it comes to her 3-year anniversary. So I'll be releasing that next week when it comes to the 3 years next Wednesday. So if you do see me acting a bit weird next Wednesday on YouTube, be aware I'm probably not going to be in the best frame of mind because it's going to be a touchy topic. So yeah, just to warn people. And this one's called The Inner Prison of the Mind, which again was written on a live stream. Sometimes I get the best poems when I'm on a live stream. And I actually wrote this on a live stream with Boomer and a couple of other people at the time. And it says, the inner prison of the mind is constantly racing with thoughts that I cannot control how to feel. I'm in my own inner prison, trapped, not knowing how to explain or how to get out. When you get how I feel, because you've seen and experienced it. I live by routines that are hard to break down the inner prison in my head, which is constantly spinning with anxiety and insecurity. The mind controls what we do and what we say. Say my inner prison is where I hide away from the everyday stereotypes that people have put on me. The inner prison that protects me from being damaged from people's words and actions and behaviours that I've done to myself. I'm trapped in this inner prison of the world. I wish I could be free from this prison where people have manipulated me. Let me be free. Yeah, Go Fish. I've been on nearly 3 hours. So So, yeah, Go Fishes. Brian, love the DD background picture. What else have I missed? Thank you, Fishy. And Howie for the lovely comment. Oh, why is it echoing? Ah! What the hell's that?
Maybe I gotta adjust something. I don't know.
Love you too, Howie.
Like,
if you're modding here, can someone get rid of that bot again in my chat? I keep getting these friggin' bots in my chat. It's driving me nuts. And then this one is my final poem for this stream. It's called Stop the Abuse of Autistic People. Again, this was written with Brian and a couple of other people back in the day when I was doing some streams. And it says, stop the abuse of autistic people like me who society sees as broken, damaged, bad behaved. Bad behaved we are not, yet we continue to be punished. Punished with things such as electric shock therapy that tries to force us to conform. Society is still very ableist and wants us to be normal. Normal, I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry for seeing life in the ultimate extreme. Ultimate extreme that God has created me to be, to educate and advocate for my rights. Rights to have my voice heard, trying to battle in a world that doesn't accept me. Me and many autistics are still being abused into therapy like electric shocks. This is torture. Torture of vulnerable people who struggle to communicate. Communicate now. Is this acceptable in the world of today? Today I thought that we had moved on to acceptance of neurodiversity. Neurodiversity, I'm shouting for this torture and abuse to finally stop. Now is the time to understand and change your attitude. Abuse needs to stop, and I'm calling on you to stand with me. Me raising the profile to stop the abuse of autistic people. People need acceptance, not judgment and punishment. Autistic people and our voices matter. Stop this abuse of autistic people. Do you understand finally? I deserve to exist and live my life like you do.
True that.
And the reason I wrote that is because recently there was a case in the Judge Rottenberg Center School, which is based in the States, and they recently got fined a hell of a lot of money because they have been abusing non-verbal autistic people with electric shocks multiple times a day. In the video, I actually downloaded the video onto my channel where there was a 16-year-old boy who got shocked over 130 times in a 6-hour window, and he ended up having third-degree burns on his body. That's not acceptable. Never, never, ever, 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 regardless if you think that an autistic person needs punishing. What the fuck are you thinking? He's a non-verbal 16-year-old boy with the mentality of a 10-year-old. Me, I'm fine. I've done the video. The video's been up. It's monetized. They haven't struck me or anything, so they can't do jack shit on it. It's literally been up over 6 months. They've not challenged me, so... And I've actually got the video from the actual CBS News that I downloaded, and I actually used it in my video. So they haven't told me off for it. So, like, that's the reason why I wrote this poem, because it's torture, it's abuse. The guy can't speak, and all you hear him do, the video is disgusting. All you hear him do is scream, and all you hear is him going, "Stop, no, don't touch me." And all of a sudden you see him go like this, and you see him move from one end of the room to the other. It's bad, real bad. And I'm just like, why would you do that to a non-verbal person who can't fight back? Why? It's like, leave them alone if they don't want to. And all it was over was the fact he refused to take his coat off in the classroom. So what? He didn't take his coat off. Who gives a fuck? It's like, I wouldn't take my coat off in the classroom if I was cold or whatever. No. Would I get shocked for it? Probably. But I'm not going to sit here and be told to take my coat off. No. No way in hell. Sorry, not going to happen. I'm not going to take my coat off because you want me to be normal. No, it doesn't happen that way. Sorry, not sorry. It's like, just, yeah, I get annoyed with things like that because it just makes me want to knock some people's heads on the wall. Like, I am not going to put up with that stuff. I will not. Like, if I hear things like that that I download about or I hear about on the media, like I heard of a case a couple of days ago where a autistic boy in the Netherlands was forced to stand out in the hallway and have buckets of water thrown at him because he refused to take off his trainers to change into proper school shoes, so they threw bottles of water over him. That's not okay. Never, ever, ever okay. Never. It's just, yeah. So I will raise hell if I have to. But yeah, I think that makes it a nice place to end off. I've been live just under 3 hours, and yeah, if anyone wants to stay on the article afterwards, feel free. I will keep the article open, and if you want to get the article, I can send you the link. Oh shit! Just dropped my phone as well. But thank you all guys for watching, and my panelists being on here with me. I appreciate all the guys that have been up here with me: Boomer, Budget, Gil. But if you want to stay on the article, like I said, I will keep the panel open. And apart from that, guys, I'm going to end my stream because I have been live 3 hours, and yeah, my head's getting century over hell. So yeah, but I'm going to keep the article open, and I love each and every one of you. Much love, respect. Have a great night, afternoon, evening, morning, where you might be in the world, and we'll all see you next time. Thanks, guys.
All right, sweetheart.